All right. We are live. So, it's going to be a bit of a kind of Mod Podge of stuff tonight. New people joining and a big boss battle ahead. But we'll start how we usually do with fun facts. So, I have a question for you guys. I'll go down the list. And I'll ask you a question. You'll respond with your answer. And then you guys can ask me a question about the world or the greater things in Paludaria. I know Jared's here, but I don't know if he's here for sure, but I'll save him for last instead of making him go first. That way he also has time to think about his answer. But the question for tonight is, if you had a magic coven, like a witch's coven, what would the name of your magic witch's coven be? So it's sort of like a band name, but maybe a little bit different than that. Maybe a little bit darker, maybe a little bit edgier. But who knows? Maybe your coven isn't into dark, edgy stuff. Maybe your coven is into non-witch stuff. I don't know. But let's go with Kobe. How about Detective Easter?
Dragon's Drip.
Dragon's Drip. Is it drip because they're kind of bougie, like they got some style, some fashion in them, or is it a different kind of drip?
I'm going to leave that to the mystery.
Oh, see, that's a good answer, because, yeah, witches tend to be mysterious. Dragon's Drip. Alliteration. You get bonus points for that from me anyways. We'll go down to...
Is it like, whose line is it anyways? I can just spin those at the end.
Right, yeah, but they don't matter either, so... We'll jump over to Cameron and Ranger Steve. Ranger Steve, what would your magic coven name be?
Hardwood.
So they would reside in the forest, or
Yep.
they just...
Yeah, we're a deep forest coven.
Gotcha.
Yep. We're pretty close to the trees.
Close to them in more than one way.
More than one way, yes.
Hardwood,
We
deepwood, close to the
dance
trees.
naked around them, that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the end of The Witch. You ever seen that movie? Double V's instead of the W at the start. The Witch. Scary movie, terrifying movie. You don't
I feel like I have, but I don't remember it.
You don't like kid possession stuff, do you?
No, it's terrifying.
Yeah, then you would hate that
seen
movie.
it
You
I think
would
I
hate
have
that
seen
movie.
it, yeah.
Great movie.
I'm sure I hated it, yeah.
Josh, how about Tug? What would Tug's magic coven name be? It's Josh's shower hour, so I don't know.
No, I'm not in the shower.
Oh. Quick, read the combination of 2 boxes of groceries or something in your cabinet, like.
Silent Fields. I don't know.
Silent Fields. It's kind of eerie.
That's pretty eerie, yeah. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, where did you pull that from?
I literally I don't really know. I was trying to think of water things, and I was thinking about waves, and I was like, well, there's not really anything. And then I thought, Silent Fields. So I have no idea. My mind was on water, and somehow I came up with Silent Fields.
You scare me. I feel like you got possessed with that answer. Like you
It's
were
like
looking...
a name of a punk rock song from like the 2000s.
Like my whole mindset was water and waves, and I turned and looked out my window, and there's not a drop, like there's not a breeze of wind. So like all that was processing at the same time. So maybe that's where it came from. But I did look at my window and see the grass, and like not a blade is moving. And
talk about over-analysis.
oh, ask. I'm only giving an answer.
Well, Josh is ahead on the
Everyone
creepy
was
factor. But if you're going to speak up, Jared, then you can go ahead and tell us what Tyrell's magic coven name would be.
Mine's Mine's pretty good. That's not the answer. No, I would say it's Scarlet Thread,
Scarlet Thread.
and it's like on a few levels, like like a Scarlet Letter that you had to wear
I was just
Mhm.
about to say.
because you were a witch, but also because we were just in the town where red
Oh.
thread was used to tie to. So I thought that was a topical one.
Are you involved in the Annis Hag's plan?
Can neither confirm nor deny.
You just remained silent this entire time.
No, that's Jar.
And then the new
How is
guy
that
joining us tonight, Ian, and your character, who I won't say the name of yet until we introduce them properly in the campaign. But if your character was to have a coven, what would the name of it be?
Well, because I've been watching a lot of Black Clover lately, I think I'd go with the Blackened Bowl.
Oh.
Because out of the black and darkness comes the light. Not religious, though.
No religious affiliation. Thank you for confirming. 2 with alliteration. So yeah, there's a through line there. But nobody's in the same coven. I figured somebody would have just said the other person's name.
Have you met our group yet? Come on, we're all individuals.
Yes, you are all proud individuals. But with everybody answering,
I would call some of us proud, but
foolishly arrogant, maybe.
yeah, there we go.
But that's all the questions I had for you guys. So unless somebody has some for me tonight about the greater world.
I thought of one earlier,
All
just
right.
kind of dumb. Is there a specific type of animal or creature that's like a prized hunting thing?
Yes.
Dumb question.
Did you say that is a dumb question or that's not a dumb question? I don't know if he knows he's on or not.
It's a dumb question.
Oh crap! I thought I was on mute. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he realized it. But it's
Yeah,
not-
he started it out by saying it's a dumb question, so I'm just making fun of him.
Oh, okay. But not a dumb question. There is an answer to that, and that is displacer beasts. Displacer beasts are very sought after creatures. They are known to hunt unicorns, so naturally people just dislike them in general. But they also have a tendency to be very squirrely because they displace themselves, so they create an illusion, essentially a visual illusion that they are a few feet away from where they actually are, so it's always hard to shoot them. Like if you can imagine, like you guys are big hunters, if you were going to try and line up a shot on a deer, but you didn't know if the deer was actually, 3 feet behind it, 3 feet in front of it, 3 feet to the left or right, how on earth would you know where or what to shoot if it could project a sort of guise to those around it? But yes, that I would say the displacer beast pelt is probably worth quite a bit because it's rumored to hold those magical properties, or someone who was skilled enough could craft something that would produce a similar effect.
What do they look like? Is that known?
They look like a black sort of panther with these giant, like, sort of tendrils that come off, like these. It looks like almost like a suction cup from like a squid or something, but instead of suction cups all the way up the arm, it's just like a little leaflet at the end with tendrils. So it's got like 4 of those things or 6 of those things coming off of its back and its tail. Pretty awesome creature.
Kind of like the panthers in the Avatar, the world's best movie.
You brought up Avatar last time, and we're gonna skate right over that. Like you didn't even say anything. I don't know what you're talking about, genuinely, but I'm not going to delve deeper into that. So,
I also love Avatar: The Last Airbender, the TV show.
That's
I
different.
think that's great.
That's different. Thank you. But Cameron,
The only
you went from having a good question to that was the dumbest question you could have asked, and we are moving on.
He said like tendrils out of its mouth and stuff, and I
Not
could've
out of its
sworn that
mouth.
made
No, out of its
it.
back. But I don't know. Like I said, not going to spend more time on that. So, last time we left you guys, you were in the city of Edgewood. Detective Easter was had apprehended Commissioner Cassius Credo, who had sicked all of the children in the town after you while the adults were away gathering lumber. As you were carting him out to take him to Nicanthes, what busts down the door but little old Sib the Soothsayer, who then proceeds to gross transform through popping flesh and bubbles and is in fact an Annis Hag. So you now have an Annis Hag to fight and the many children all across the town who, while don't pose a threat, maybe you don't want the conscience or that on your conscience of murdering children. Who knows? Maybe you're okay with that. And if you burn everything to the ground and leave no survivors, nobody has to know except the ones like you guys. But that's up to you guys and how you want to play it. As of this moment, we dropped initiative last time, so we will re-roll initiative. But
Is there any moment before we roll initiative to say anything or do anything as we're kind of watching this door get bust down, or
I'll grant
is
you
everyone
guys,
kind of
yeah,
frozen
like
until
a final sort of
initiative starts?
verbal, if you want to say something to any of the characters or enemies that appeared, you're welcome to do that, but there won't be any actual actions to take before we roll initiative. And Cameron, they do kind of look like that, but without all the head sort of frills. Their tendrils kind of come off of their back, and it's like extra tails almost. Just Google.
Would I be
just
able
Google
to
displacer beast to
uncuff?
see it.
I don't
Would
do
I
that.
be able to
Okay.
take the hand that?
You want to uncuff yourself from Commissioner Cassius Credo, is what you're saying? Or you had him?
Well,
cuffed?
so he's handcuffed. So
Mhm.
he's handcuffed. I was going to uncuff him and then just tell him and then say something to him. I just didn't know if I had time to do that.
I would. Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow that. That's fine.
Okay. Also, can you put the stream up?
Yeah, that would help you guys, wouldn't it?
Perfect.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty. So yeah, I'm gonna uncuff Cassius Credo and
All right.
you need to get out of here. I'm
You broke up pretty bad there.
alive
You're still breaking up.
before the. She has down.
Kobe, I don't know if you can hear
You're
me.
a robot. That was all robot.
I don't even think I got a single word out of that one. And I don't. It's not your voice that you're doing for your character. It's just the connection, I think. Yeah, he restarted.
Yeah, what he said.
It's that draconic, man. It's hard to understand, you know.
Well, I heard it perfectly clear. You want me to interpret?
Yeah, please do. No, you said you go for it. You can interpret it. All right, let's try that again.
Okay. Sorry, it just cut me out there.
Oh, you're good.
As I try to do. Uncuff.
It's still
Time for
really
you.
bad.
Okay. To go and tell immediately. I'm sparing your life. We will. God.
He said we're gonna spare your life. If you didn't hear that.
Thanks, Ranger Steve. That was a good one. Yeah. I feel like even I heard that one, but I'm not trying to downplay your services. Poor Kobe. I don't know how far away he is from his router, but.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Give it a
Sorry.
sec, though.
I'm gonna try it through my phone and not jump on the stream for right now. Every time I jump on the stream, it's stopping. Yeah, so uncuff him, and then I'm gonna say, Cassius, you need to get out of here and get help. I'm sparing your life. This thing wants to kill you. Now we will hold it off. Now go and get help.
All right. Came through crystal clear that time. Yeah, Ranger Steve, please do the honors and translate.
No, I think you guys heard that pretty good.
Okay.
He was speaking common that time, guys. In case you guys didn't hear it.
Were you translating as I was broken up?
Yes, yeah, because he can speak Draconic.
That's funny. That's funny.
But as you throw Commissioner Cassius Credo to the ground and uncuff him, you notice that his shoulders are kind of like heaving, and it.
Oh God damn it! I knew it.
You kind of see like he's audibly laughing, and he kind of looks up at you out of the side of his eye, and he goes, "You idiot!" As he starts to sort of take form and shift and change in front of you. We'll go ahead and roll initiative. Dang. My people are not rolling well. Oh, yeah, and then it got worse. Well, that's good for you guys.
Trust me, I rolled pretty bad on that. I got a 2.
Yeah, I got a 5. Jesus, Josh, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're
Oh,
so
I'm not-
loud.
I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry. My phone. I put my phone in my pocket because I had to walk
Your-
outside.
Your pockets are so loud. You
I'm
keep
sorry.
gravel in there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I had. I was reaching across something to get my dice, so my phone was just slapping against stuff, and my huge schlong was just like beating the shit out of it. So
Oh yeah.
That's what it is. Okay.
Let's see.
I got a 19, by the way.
Okay. Tyrell and Ian, what did you guys get? Actually, Ian, I got you covered. Tyrell, what did you get?
Is Jared back?
Oh, he might not be back. Yeah, he's not even in the chat. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, he stepped out.
I'll kind of control Tyrell then. Maybe he'll actually do something. No, I didn't say that. That's me.
But seriously.
Okay. So, before you lies Commissioner Cassius Credo as he's sort of chuckling to himself, and you can see he's undergoing the same sort of transformation that you saw Sib undergo, and you start to realize that they may be a coven of hags.
Yep. As soon as you told us to talk about covens, I was like, it's got to be Cassius Credo. And then Kobe's like, just let him go. And I was like about to shoot him with an arrow. And you were like, and then his shoulders start. I'm like, God damn.
My first play was always to let him go, since that thing showed up and said it was like going to attack him or something.
As you take one step back, just, naturally from this thing transmuting in front of you, you hear this audible sneeze come from a rooftop just to your right. And it's kind of an odd thing. Out of the entire sort of scope of the battle, the scuffle, and the kids running around with knives and hags, and everyone's kind of losing their mind, you still hear this. It's like a powerful sneeze. There's like a low rumble. And you see this figure burst into the air as they sort of eclipse the sun above you. And who comes down but this moon elf as it comes down and it gets its first strike right on Commissioner Cassius Credo right in front of you. It brings its staff or its spell down. I'll let Ian sort of decide what he wants to do, what his first attack wants to be on this mid-transformation hag, so...
I'm the pretty guardian sailor's son who fights for light and warmth, and I will burn you. And I will hit with my staff.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Go ahead and give me
Big
a
ol' bonk.
D20 roll, and then add your proficiency modifier, which should just be 2, I think, at this point. Or is you guys' proficiency modifier? It's 3 by now, isn't it?
It's 3. When you get to
Okay.
level 5, it's 3.
Gotcha, yeah. So give me your D20 roll, whatever that number is, plus 3.
All right. 8 plus 3, 11.
All right, so after this amazing intro and beautiful speech, very devout, confident words being spoken, you bring the staff down and miss just to the left of them.
Darn!
What the hell was that?
My own son got my eyes.
It sun's pretty bright out here today.
I heard a dog barking.
You've got one more action, Soul, if you would like to take it.
I'm gonna spin and swing my staff again.
All right, give me another attack roll.
Roll a 9 to get the 12.
12 is better, I think, but not quite enough. So as you go to kind of hit it in its head, you notice that this sort of bubbling mass in front of you is constantly changing shape, and it's rather hard to hit. And trying to avoid Detective Easter in front of you, you kind of swing a little high, and it shifts just below your staff strike. That then brings us to Sib's turn. So Sib is the hag that broke down the door. And the first thing she is going to do is cast Fog Cloud at 2nd level. So 40 feet of fog begins to emanate out from her person. And I will... it's going to emanate from right about here. So as the fog slowly creeps out, kind of pours out of her hands and onto the ground, you start to lose visibility. You could tell her plan is to conceal Commissioner Cassius Credo and sort of aid him in his transformation to let him get to full strength. You lose sight of her, and that ends her turn. It is now Ranger Steve's turn.
And there was that big of a drop. Well, no, Josh rolled 19
Oh,
for initiative.
Josh rolled 19? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
I just figured you made Ian first up to get him involved. But...
I did. So, Tug, you're up.
I still don't know what's going on other than
That is true. You are around the corner. You've been knocked out of your barrel. You are just communing with your Kuatoa. And all you see in front of you is a child that is kind of coughing and spitting up water. You can only assume that this is the person that knocked over your barrel. You kind of see the trail of water, and it leads back to Ranger Steve. And you immediately realize, oh, Ranger Steve must have used his geyser on this child for some reason.
shit. I just dropped everything.
And
And
Tug or
can I see the smoke coming in?
The smoke is just starting to creep around the corner of the building for you, but you can tell it's kind of stalled there. It doesn't look like it's going any farther.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna spit at the child
What?
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna,
Minor action to spit at the child, sure.
yeah, and mumble profanities under my breath, and then look at Ranger and be like, "What the fuck?" as I step out around the corner.
So yeah, you use one of your actions to step out and sort of prompt Ranger Steve a question. Ranger Steve, you want to acknowledge Tug or
Just put my finger to my lips, like shh.
you still got one more action, Tug.
Thanks, Christina. I guess I'm going to don't know what I want to do. Where is I see the hag? Where is what's his face? Who's turning into another witch? I don't. Oh, he's the Tin
Yes.
Man.
So technically, you don't see anything past that white circle. That's all fog cloud at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to end my turn because I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know what's going on.
All right. That then brings us to Ranger Steve.
It's morphin' time.
All right. So as you throw out your hands and speak the spoken words, the oak flesh peels over your skin and creates your signature armor, increasing your speed, hurting your charisma. But what you
Okay.
want to do now?
I want to sprint over to the building where Tug's at and use my geyser to pop myself up onto the building.
Okay. So one movement. Yep. One action to get over. We'll say you were preparing your geyser. You already had it in hand. You kind of aim it at your feet, shoot it up in the air. Go ahead and just give me an acrobatics check to make sure you land safely on the roof.
Not bad. 18.
All right. Like you've done it before, but this is, I think, the first time you've used this like that. Pretty cool. You shoot the geyser down at your feet. It propels you kind of up in the air, like one of those sort of like water things that people have now. It's like the hose in the ocean, and it shoots them up with the propulsion. You just kind of shoot right up on top of the building. And I don't think your character token's going to stay up there, but I can try. Oh. No. Oh. No. Oh. Boom. There he is.
Oh my god, he's so intimidating.
Yeah, you're hanging upside down like Spider-Man. But all right. With your, unless you got a minor action that you want to take, we'll move on.
Just get it. I want to put my geyser away.
Sure thing. Then that brings us to Annis Hag number 2. For the sake of the mystery of the fog cloud, well, you guys can pretend like you don't see him. He's going to take his turn to sort of crawl towards Sib. Detective Easter, we will say that because he was so close to you in the fog, you still had a pretty good bead on him, and you are going to get leaving engagement. So if you would like to make an attack roll on Commissioner Cassius Credo as he crawls towards Sib, you'll get a sort of an idea of where he was headed, but also an attack of opportunity.
Okay, perfect. I didn't have anything equipped, so I'm just going to try to claw him.
All right.
So I'm going to use an unarmed attack. So let's roll here.
And Sailor Sun will say you get one too, because you were also engaged with him, even though you didn't land a hit. You knew roughly where he was, so you'll also make an attack roll as soon as Detective Easter gives me his.
I rolled like 5 straight horrible rolls from coming from the last game, so a total of a 9.
All right. In between the fog and the constantly shifting mass crawling away from you, you unfortunately do not land a hit on Commissioner Cassie's credo. Sailor Sun, you are up. What did you roll on your attack of opportunity as he's trying to crawl away?
Yes. I rolled a 15.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage. You managed to make contact. Through the 2 misses, you're able to sort of get a bead on him and land a hit even through the smoke, which begs the question, maybe you should have just swung with your eyes closed the first 2 times.
Damage 17.
Nice. All right.
Oh wow, good
With your
hit.
staff? No, you have to roll the D8 for your staff, right?
Yeah, 1d8, yeah.
7.
There you go. That's good.
I like the 17 damage a lot better.
Okay, so you could tell from the hit, just from where your staff sort of landed, that this thing hadn't quite reached its full mass yet. You were able to get a good hit on it. So you have a sense that you may have slowed down its transformation a little bit and done more damage than you typically would, and also had a good chance of breaking the armor class at this point because it wasn't fully transformed. But as you kind of feel your stick, you know that it manages to crawl away towards where you know the gate was. As it gets there, we'll leave the rest to a mystery until it gets back to you guys' turn, because the fog is obstructing your vision. And then that brings us to Detective Easter's turn. So you had your attack of opportunity, now it is your full turn.
Okay, I'm going to use a minor action to pull out my silver sword and my flashlight.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to get the sword out in one hand, the flashlight in the other hand, and turn it on, pointing it at the direction I thought that the first hag came from.
So as you shine the sort of electric torch around, you notice that the torch is illuminating the sort of cloud, like the white fog that's emanating, and it's making it brighter. It doesn't seem to reveal anything to you, but the fog that you do aim the electric torch at, becomes a bright spot. So you get the sense that you could use this as a distraction, but this is potentially giving away your position to other things in the fog. It's more of a hindrance than it is a help at this point.
Okay. I'm going to use my Dragon's Breath. And so I'm shooting it. It's a cone.
No disadvantage here then, because, yeah, you know where they're at.
Yeah. So in this case, Christian, it is a Constitution saving throw. It's going to be a 15-foot cone that is going to shoot out.
Okay. Roll for the first one. That's not good. And for the second one, I rolled the same thing. I've rolled the same number for both of them each time I've rolled.
I've had horrible rolls as well.
And it's always been 5. I've rolled for them 4 times. They have each rolled 5s. It has not changed.
Okay, so those fail. So you're going to take for both. I'll just roll, and you can just take it for both.
Yeah, sure.
So this is cold damage, and it's 14 damage apiece.
Okay.
And then I'm going to activate my second. I can do a second action, so I'm going to spend a key point here, or a second attack. So I'm going to spend a key point to, or spend one of my key breaths here to shoot another cold blast at them again.
Okay.
Yeah. This save is actually higher than the last save. It is a this one's a dexterity. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That's what I needed to know.
Yes.
You don't have to tell me the number.
And it's a 20-foot cone, not a 15-foot cone.
Gotcha. One of them rolled a 14, the other one rolled a 4.
The save is a 14.
So,
So you'll take half damage for the other one.
Gotcha. I know which one it is. I won't tell you which one it is.
Okay, perfect. And so the damage for this one is less damage, so we'll see here what it is. So one will take 6 and one will take 3 of cold damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to spend a key point and activate dodge.
Gotcha. And that is just a preparation, right? So any incoming attacks allows you to react to it, right?
Well, so in this case, it's actually a patient defense. So I get to use dodge here as a bonus action. So attacks against me have a disadvantage. And if I can see the attacker, I can make a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Gotcha.
So you just have a disadvantage on this next attack.
Okay.
Against me.
That then brings us to the children with knives. Tug, you see the other 2 children, where 3 children used to be standing. Their companion is obviously the one that you spit on. You see one kid kind of step out to the right, out of the fog, and notice his friend, and they kind of nod to each other, and they are going to use their movement to rush towards you. And they're just going to attack as one, and they're going to try and stab you. 7 for the first one. Don't think that breaks. Wow, I'm rolling double. 7 for the next one, and that does not break. So they both kind of run towards you with their knives, and they both slash, and you kind of hold up your blibdoopulip arm, and the knives glance off of the hard chitin that is fused to your arm. That then brings us to Tyrell's turn. So Tyrell, seeing the children sort of rush at you, and I'm trying to think of, I don't know his spells.
He's back in the chat, looks like.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I just got back.
Then perfect. You just saw 2 kids with knives run at Tug and fail to harm him. There's a fog cloud that has obstructed most of your vision towards the gate and where you knew everyone to be. And you notice Ranger Steve on the rooftop above the fog cloud, about to enter it, essentially. What would you like to do? If you need a minute, I'm even willing to give it to you, because I need to use the restroom.
60 seconds. Okay.
All right. You better have an answer when I return. Go. It's a race.
Jared, just don't have an answer for him when he comes back.
I already don't, so it's gonna work out pretty well.
I've rolled so bad, like my last 10 rolls. It's been awful.
Do we think it's cool to kill these kids?
Yes.
Like we're good, just straight murder.
In 2 days,
Josh is already planning on burning the entire town, so.
in 2 days, a horde of Kuatoa are going to come and erase this place from existence. So
Oh, that's
I don't-
cool.
I don't think these lives matter much.
Detective Easter is not cool with killing kids.
Detective Easter is in a cloud and can't see shit and doesn't know. So, if you don't know, you can't be upset.
That is true. If I have them kids get killed, I have to solve this mystery.
I don't know. I'll help you.
Time's up.
I want to run to Ranger Steve.
Okay. Are you going to try and scale the building? And that means you also have to run past the children.
I mean, it's fair that he doesn't know that he's on.
It's too late. He answered. He's doing it.
Yeah, I feel like basically consciousness just dropped into Tyrell, and he's like, okay.
I mean, I described that to you before I left, didn't I? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I don't have very good visual. I didn't turn on the stream, so I didn't even see what's going on.
He didn't try.
Bit? 2 children in front of you just attacked Tug. They went at him with knives, and he kind of held up his lobster arm, and it was ineffective. Like I said, you see Ranger Steve just beyond them on the other roof. I'm not saying you can't get up there. I'm merely telling you you're going to have to go through 2 children with knives and scale a building.
Yeah.
If you have a way to do that, like Ranger Steve used his geyser to shoot himself up there, that's an advantage. So, I mean.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I mean, there might be some other objects you could maybe use to scale a building. I don't know, but
I don't need,
doesn't one of you have a ring of jumping or something?
Joni has the ring of jumping.
That's right.
I guess try to help out Tug and try to like aggro one of the kids away. See if I can like just run by and like smack one on the head and keep running and see if so he doesn't have to deal with 2.
Okay, so you want to target 1 kid out of the group essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Right or left?
Like, run by the one on the left.
One on
from
the left.
my view.
Okay, so you're gonna run up and try and
attempt to smack, and then continue running. See if I can't get him to chase after.
Okay.
Like break him up.
Because they don't know you're coming. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
What am I rolling for?
You're rolling. What are you attacking with? I assume you're attacking with your weapon.
Oh, no! I was just gonna smack him in the head.
Oh, unarmed. Okay. Then
maybe it's a bad idea, but I already said it.
That's fine. So your unarmed attack, yeah. I mean, I imagine yours to be similar to Ranger Steve's. So whatever Ranger Steve's unarmed. I don't know if you guys had that written down or not.
No.
D6.
My unarmed attack is a D4 as a base. And then my monk level upped it to a D6 after like 4 levels.
So then there you go. 1d4.
I have a D6, but I've only used it like once. But D4 sounds more familiar.
I mean, I don't even think I'm gonna land because I suck.
What'd you roll on?
I would assume this is gonna be a strength because I'm dumb and I said smack.
It is.
So that's gonna bring it down to a 7.
All right. I mean, the kids don't have super high armor class, so you do in fact hit him.
Oh my gosh! Why are we killing these kids?
Where do you hit him, and how much damage?
Which hand? Did you hit him with the coal hand?
I was gonna say the iron hand. Did you hit him with that one? Because that could kill him.
Oh,
maybe you do get a 1d6 with the unarmed on that hand.
My dagger's in my other hand, so I hit him with my heavy hand. So what do I get?
My strong hand.
So 1d6 with your iron hand.
All right, times 2. That's a 4.
I prefer the term of heavy hand because I think that's going to be the new saying.
I like it.
Sure.
Jared, Tyrell slaps kids around with the heavy hand.
Well, you in fact land the crushing blow with your heavy hand, and you feel it cave in the back of the child's skull as it drops dead to the ground in front of you.
My God.
Just kill the kid. I'm just trying to smack him.
You haven't done anything in forever, and you just killed a child.
Holy fuck. I would just like to point out, the entire game, Tyrell's done nothing, but he just murdered a child in cold blood.
It's like, what are you doing? It's a child.
His first action in months is to kill a defenseless child.
I don't have words.
Are you continuing to run past him?
No, I just killed him. I'm dropping to my knees. I'm trying to understand what I just did.
As you drop to your knees and you kind of look at the blood on the back of your heavy hand, you notice the other kid sort of turn with shock on his face as he watches his friend collapse to the ground. And that's then going to bring us to Sailor Sun's turn.
Yeah, can I use a cantrip?
You can.
Awesome. I'd like I would like to use my light and sacred flame to dissipate the fog.
As like a force of like wind to like try and push it.
Yeah, push it out so that way
Yeah.
people can actually see it. Yeah.
So you kind of noticed that when Detective Easter also used his dragon's breath twice, that it pushed the fog back, and you can in fact see Detective Easter now. The circle is indeed smaller. I'll make another one here to kind of erase all drawn lines. That's fine. So now the circle is on the other side of you. So yes, you still assume they're roughly in the fog, but the fog has dissipated with the assistance of the dragon breath, and you are going to try and increase that with your cantrip. So no skill check needed. If it does damage though, I will need to roll against it to see if anything in the fog
What's
takes
my roll
damage.
for this one? Is it D6? Yeah. Okay. It is an 8.
All right. Whatever it was in the fog, you blast into the fog, and you can see that it pushes it back yet again, almost all the way to the gate this time, and it kind of reveals the two corpses of the guards that the hag initially killed. But in fact, there is nothing that you can see. The fog is like right at the edge of the gate. And there's no damage done as far as you can tell.
Oh no.
So the fog is right at the gate at this point. You still got another action if you'd like to take it.
I'll pass on it.
Okay. Tug, you're up.
Oh, did I just miss something? Did she just run behind a wall?
So the fog was always there, right? And Detective Easter and Sailor Sun used some of their spells, and in addition to them doing damage, and them also being sort of like Detective Easter's was Dragon's Breath, there's force behind that, and it pushes the fog, towards where the attack was going. So the fog got pushed back. At this point, it is right in the gateway, but you can only assume that after supposedly being hit twice by the dragon's breath, that they would have moved out of the sort of funnel of the gate from any further attacks.
Oh, okay, I got you. So yeah, they secretly can. So now it's my turn. I still don't. Did I just saw the fog dwindle away, and now I'm just staring at an open gate?
You saw the fog push back, but even with the fog pushing back in the distance, that really wasn't your main focus. You just saw Tyrell kill one of the children that attacked you. So now there's, a child knocked prone, one that's dead, and one that's kind of in shock from watching Tyrell kill his friend. So Tyrell's on his knees right now, and you have one child in front of you with the knife that just tried to stab you. What do you want to do?
Can I just take the knife away from the kid? Like, just reach up and, slap the knife out of his hand?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check to see if you can disarm him.
13 plus.
You don't even have to add the pluses. That succeeds. So you just smack the knife right out of his hand with the same arm that you deflected it. And he kind of looks at his open hand and looks back at you and takes a small step backwards. Still your turn.
I'm going to convince the child to go away.
He doesn't need much convincing, and you can see he's prepared to run and leave all on his own.
What do you say to him, Tug?
Get the fuck out of here.
So it's not his turn yet, but for the sake of it, we'll say that he turns tail and hoofs it out of there. You see him run all the way
Do I get-
around past Joni and around the
Do I
corner.
Attack because he's breaking initiative.
You do if you want to make a
Oh
leading
yeah.
attack of opportunity.
Oh fucking
Oh,
right.
you dick.
Wait for him to turn his back and then kill him. Not to his face. Wait for him to tell him to run, give him hope, and then murder
A
him.
big man over there. Big man.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt.
Okay. Tell me what you roll. D20. Break armor class.
Yeah, it's. Don't I get to add my charisma modifier? I have forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an 11 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1. So
So as he turns tail and runs, he gets maybe 5 steps out from you, and you just sort of lazily cast Firebolt out of your hand, just sort of like a brush, like a hand stroke. Out of your hand, you shoot this bolt of fire as it's like sizzles through the air, pierces his chest, and burns a hole through him completely as he sort of slumps to the ground, his momentum still sort of carrying him forward as he like skids onto the dirt.
Shot an unarmed kid in the back.
bitch tried to cut me.
Yeah, he was real
He's not
successful.
lying. But he did try.
That then brings us to the Annis Hag's turn. Sib's turn, essentially. And with that, Tug, the child that you just singed to the ground, you see start to convulse on the ground. As it's convulsing on the ground, you see it sort of stop convulsing, its arms go stiff, and then it seems to like regain control of its limbs, and it pulls itself back up onto its feet. It turns around and looks at you with these pale, milky eyes. You sort of hear a shuffling behind you, and you see that the child Tyrell had caved in its head is also getting to its feet and starting to turn around in front of you. With that, I'm going to take the other turn for Sib. And I'll end her turn. And that brings us to Ranger Steve.
I want to cast Enhance Ability,
All right.
with just adds 2d8 to my hit points.
Cool.
Pretty nice.
13.
All right. So you got some temporary hit points there. Nice play.
And can we see them? I think I missed that.
So you can't see anything with the fog beyond the gate. Now, if they go far enough away from the wall, or come
Through the
back
gate.
through the fog, you'll be able to see them. But at your current, height, and we're saying that you're actually, up here on the top, you at this moment can't see either one of the hags. You did manage to catch the sort of scuffle between the children and your companions down below and see the bodies reanimate as walking corpses.
Okay. First, I just want to kind of get behind, like slide down a little bit so I'm kind of in cover on
Sure.
top of the roof.
Mhm.
Kind of where I'm at now.
Well, yeah, where you're at now, exactly.
And then I want to shoot an arrow at one of the animated corpse.
Okay. I would say that the one closest to you is probably a disadvantage if you're going to take that shot just from the angle that you have, but the one across, the one that tried to run away from Tug, you got a clear line on it.
Yep, I'll do that one.
All right. Go ahead and roll D20.
Oh, natural 20. Oh my gosh.
Tell me how you
Oh my
destroy.
God. Why would I waste it on a stupid corpse? That's ridiculous. This was the bow, but did I say it was by bow? Obviously,
did.
Since I'm on the roof. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, just. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot it just right in the middle of the head.
All right. You see the arrow go straight through its head, and it kind of takes a moment, almost like it's thinking, like what just happened, to acknowledge that the arrow entered its skull and out the back, and then crumples to the ground. You get the sense this one is not going to get back up. So
I'm gonna roll so shitty now. Oh my
Tug,
gosh.
after seeing this corpse reanimate, you notice that Ranger Steve immediately annihilated it with an arrow from above, and you kind of look up to notice that he's still up on the roof. It is now the second Annis Hag's turn. So Commissioner Cassius Credo, and what does he do? But he actually walks back through the fog. So he had to take his movement to move out from behind the wall and up through the fog. He's going to take his second action, and he is going to rush at Detective Easter. He's not going to be able to attack, but you can see, despite a wound that is clearly inflicted by both you and Sailor Sun, he is now his full form, but he's already injured, and you can tell he's running at you with a bit of disdain. He's out for blood.
So is he trying to run into me or attack me in this move at all?
He can't get off an attack because he had to use both of his movements to even get to you.
Okay.
But by next turn, he'll have his ability to attack. So doesn't get to you this turn. At this point, he's still running at you from the gate. He hasn't quite made it to you yet. So I guess if you really want to think about it, he's like right here. But by the end of his, or next to,
so he's just within striking. He's within striking.
Correct.
Distance.
He's well within your striking distance, and he knows that.
Great.
But he's just trying to get close to you.
Okay, perfect.
Like I said, he's got a little bit of bloodlust. He's going against better judgment here. And that brings us to your turn, Detective Easter.
Yeah. So first action, I'm going to use my silver sword, and I'm going to attack him with that.
All right.
And I rolled a 1 on the first attempt to attack him with it. I've rolled 2s and 1s the entire night.
Dang. And that's a nat 1, right?
That's a nat 1. So what happens on that first attack there?
So as you go to sort of prepare your strike, you almost didn't expect him to rush you, especially to throw himself so blindly into an attack of yours, and you somewhat fumble the blade, and it just slips out of your hand. It just hits the ground in front of you. It's not a huge, hindrance to you. You're still going to be able to dodge the one that you've prepared, but your attack that you were going to throw out is going to be kind of flustered here.
Well, I still get a second attack because
you do.
chose to attack with my first attack. So
right.
I'm gonna try to punch him in the face.
Sure.
Yeah. A lot better this time. Total of 25.
Yeah, I would say that hits.
Yeah,
so go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. So I get to roll. And I'm going to change this to fire damage.
Okay.
So I do 3 fire damage, and I'm going to spend a key point to try to make it actually, no, I'm not using a melee weapon. I can't do that yet. But I'm going to spend a key point to use a bonus action to use Flurry of Blows. So I'm going to try to attack him 2 more times with my fist. Just
gotcha.
2 more punches right in the face.
Cool.
Okay, so first attack is a 22.
That lands.
Second attack is a 23.
That lands. So 2
Okay.
more
And
damage
so
rolls.
I'm gonna do 2 more fire damage rolls here,
Okay.
and a 2 and a 5 of fire damage.
All right.
And so that will. Do I still have my dodge ready?
You do.
Okay, then that's gonna end my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so as he comes towards you with your fists, you sort of have this burning glow as you strike him. First one's just a nice jab with your right hook. The next one's a nice uppercut with the left. And then you just flurry of blows all over his torso, hitting the sort of bloated masses of his chest and the, twisted muscle around his arms. And you can see that it sort of hinders his charge blindly into you. You even feel like maybe that was a better result than if you had prepared the dagger like you wanted. But regardless, you can see the sort of burnt fist marks leaving impacts on where you struck him. And he doesn't look like he's in the best of condition. That then brings us to the kid's turn. So there's only one undead child at the moment. It's going to attack the closest thing to it, which is Tug. So it moves a couple feet forward and rolls a nat 1. Trips over its previous friend, who was sort of knocked to the ground by the geyser. And in the panic, the friend who had been knocked down, seen his friends die, then reanimated, and then killed again, scurries off around the corner and hightails it out of there. Tug, you do have an attack of opportunity if you would like to take it on that child.
Absolutely.
Okay. But this one, the reanimated corpse is
You
knocked
follow
prone at the
everyone.
moment.
Ugh. Gosh.
I guess I get to choose my attack, don't I?
You do.
Yeah, I'll cast Firebolt again.
Okay.
18 for armor class.
You break armor class. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is this? 1d10.
You said fire bolt, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Ow. 1.
All right. So this firebolt grazes the left shoulder of the child as he's about 5 steps away from you. You can tell it's sort of a glancing blow. You don't know if it's your, conscience that kept you from having better aim, or if it was just mishap, but you missed the child. He sort of grabs his shoulder as he continues to run and makes it around the corner of the building, and he's out of your sight line.
I didn't even know that was the one I thought I was attacking the other one.
No, the one that was hit rolled the 1, tripped over his friend, and his friend was the one running away. So the undead one is still in front of you. The normal child is the one that was running away. But
So Tug just sees random children running. He's firing away.
I didn't. I honestly wouldn't have shot at that one, but I
Huh?
thought I was attacking the one that fell down in front of me.
no worries, you missed it, so it worked out anyways. Tyrell, it is now your turn. Tyrell Heavy Hand.
I mean, yeah, I'm sitting here just looking at my hands, shaking, not like terribly, but a little. And
So as you are, on your knees with that blood on your heavy hand, this creature that you killed just a moment ago has been raised undead and tripped over and is now lying on the ground in front of you, sort of struggling to get back up.
okay, so it's continuing to be undead.
It is continuing to be undead, yes. You noticed Ranger Steve shot the other one behind you in the brain with an arrow, and it just crumpled to the ground. But this one, since its resurrection, has been unaffected.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Josh?
I think old Heavy Hands knows exactly what needs to be done here.
Okay, yeah, I do.
Drop the hammer.
So I go over to this decrepit undead being child thing, and I lend my hand out to bring him back up.
Oh my god.
The Iron Hand?
No, of course not.
So you put your knife away then?
Um,
Because you're holding your knife in your other hand.
I don't have my retractable blade, do I?
I don't
Gotta
think
work
you've crafted it yet, no.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll put it away.
It's just a minor action. That's fine to put your weapon away. But you offer your hand out, and you see the sort of milky eyes look up at you, and it sort of reaches for your hand that you're offering, and it grabs a hold of it. And when it grabs a hold of it, it does not feel like it's grabbing you to have assistance. It feels like it's grabbing you because it wants to harm you. At this point, it's still on the ground, and you can make the decision to pull it up or not, but you will have to sort of break its grasp if you want to pull your hand away.
How can I reach these kids?
Oh my god. That's so funny. That's so funny.
So like I said, its intent does not seem friendly.
What I really want to do.
Keep trying to help it, yeah.
This is just in my mind. No, when I see that it's like not about it and it's not really a child, what I really want to do is just Hulk on Thor and just grab him and just freaking throw him onto the other side of the ground. But I know I'm not strong enough. But that's just in my head, so no one knows that.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna try to retract.
Try and break its grasp. Okay. Yeah. I need you to make a successful strength roll to see if you break the grapple.
Hey, makes it 17.
Maybe you could have thrown it across the room, but you shake its hand off. You feel kind of gross that it touched you, even though just a moment ago it was, a normal human child. Now it's obviously disgusting. And you break its grasp. You've got a minor action if you want to shout something out to somebody or something, but that's going to wrap up your turn.
Yeah, turn to Tug, and I'm just going to kind of do a little nod and say, fuck these kids.
How can I reach these kids?
I'm going to reach out with my good hand and give him a thumbs up.
So your lobster arm?
Yes.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that's the one you're calling a good arm, because in your mind that would be your best arm.
For the Kuatoa, our movie scored in like lobster claws, like 4 lobster claws is a great movie.
Yeah. Yes, lobster. Yes. What would you? Lobster appendages, lobster mandibles. I don't know.
It's 4 mandibles up.
Yes. I guess it wouldn't even be up as much as just be open. Mandibles closed is bad. Mandibles open is good. I don't know.
There you go. I like it.
Yes, we'll have to come up with what the equivalent of rotten tomatoes is for Kuatoa, but next time. That now brings us back to the top. Sailor Sun, you are your turn.
Oh, beat this guy's ass, Sailor Sun.
So you just saw the one that transformed in front of you run out of the fog and just go straight at Detective Easter. So you've got a nice sort of way to just blindside him here. He's right in front of you, and all of his attention is right on Detective Easter.
Yes, as Detective Easter caused him to double up, it appears, I would like to whip my staff right down on his head.
All right, give me an attack roll, and go ahead and take this one with advantage.
All right. My roll was 8.
All right, so do another roll and take the higher of the two, and then add your proficiency bonus of 3 to that.
All right, now it's 11 altogether with the proficiency.
All right. So you rolled an 8 on one roll, and you rolled what on the other?
A 3.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That sucks.
No, your second roll, a second D20 roll plus your proficiency modifier.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, since you have advantage, you get to roll 2 D20s and take the higher one, add your proficiency.
Right. He rolled 8 and he rolled 3, and he added 3 to the 8, which gets him 11.
Yeah.
So he took the higher of the
Right.
2 because he rolled a 3 as his second roll, which isn't as high as his first roll, which was an 8.
You're going to have to close your eyes when you attack.
So as you go
The sun is blinding.
yes. As you go to swing your staff, you're still kind of getting the feel for it, and that you know you fought a many great number of things, but something's off about this guy. You just can't quite get a beat on him. So you still got another attack or an action if you'd like to take it, but your first one is a no-go. It does not land.
Yeah, I would like to, in a huff, I flip my hair back, and then I just kick him with all my might in the face.
All right. So go ahead and give me a D20 roll. No modifiers on it, unless you're proficient in unarmed.
11. Nope, 11.
All right. So again, you kind of misjudge the kick, and you kind of short kick the ground, and it just throws off your kick just enough. But you notice that in your attempts to attack, you have drawn some of its attention away from Detective Easter, and it is kind of side-eyeing you now. So if anything, you at least succeeded in maybe distracting it a bit from just bulldozing into Detective Easter.
Lay off, guys. I just got my hero license.
Oh.
Tug, it is your turn.
So, can I see people attacking him yet?
You can see, or sorry, who are you asking? Can you see is attacking?
Well, do I see this girl, this man dressed up as a girl, and this dragon attacking anybody yet?
Yes. Like I said, the fog had receded to the gate at this point, so you saw this creature, this other hag, because it looks different from. Well, you never even saw Sib in the first place, so.
I have no. Like,
yeah.
I'm still completely lost trying to put things together here.
Yeah, so you see this huge, disfigured, like amorphous humanoid sort of hag. It does seem to resemble one of the hags that you fought back in Giant's Bones, up in the Giant's Skull. But this one seems to be a little bit more craggly, and it just ran straight out of the fog right at Detective Easter, and this new sort of addition to the fight, who seems to be assisting you, has also been taking swings at it. So yes, you see them engaged currently in battle.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Aid. Is everybody within 30 foot of me? I would assume that they're all within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Aid at second level, and each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increases by 5 for 8 hours. Now, I'm also a healing cleric, and it says on healing spells I get a +2 spell level to add to that.
Yeah, so it's 4 because you 2, and then 2 for the level, 2. And then yes, so yeah.
So 9. Everyone gets to add 9 to your total hit points and to your current hit points for 8 hours. So if you're fully healed, you just add 9.
And that is 30 feet radius or like diameter. It's not in a cone or anything, right? Just making sure.
Of a creature up to. Yes, but actually it's up to 3. I have to pick 3 people. So
okay, so out of the 4, yes, Ranger Steve, Sailor Sun, Detective Easter, and Tyrell. You need to choose which 3 are going to get that.
the Sailor Sun, Detective, and Ranger Steve.
Okay.
That's so sweet of you.
So yeah, as Tug sort of casts this sort of warm breeze out towards you, you feel this sort of surge in your chest, and it sort of emanates through your body like warm soup on a winter day, and you feel as if you've gained more HP. Even though you don't know what that is. You feel more full of life than you normally would. Tug, you need to do anything else with your turn? You still got one more action.
Is anyone hurt?
I mean,
Just my
emotionally?
self-esteem.
I was going to say.
Yeah. I guess I'll... You hit an attack. I'm gonna cast blindness on the hag.
Okay. You will need to, just because Detective Easter and Sailor Sun are currently engaged, they're in between you and him. They're also going to need to succeed the check that you're casting out there. So go ahead and cast your spell.
Well, can I cast Careful Spell? Or can I use my medic?
You can use Careful Spell, yes. You can't take back your spell, but now that you've cast it, if you want to use your abilities to make it safe, then yes, you can use one of those tokens.
Yes, that's what I'm going to use Careful Spell and then cast Blindness.
So you will have to use 2, 1 for Detective Easter, 1 for...
Yeah.
Yes, okay, just making sure. So jot down that you've used 2 of those. And
I don't really know. Were you asking or telling me? I don't care either way. But
I'm just saying, make sure you've used 2 of those today, right? So in this 24-hour period, you're not going to get those back. You only have a finite number of them, right?
Yes, I have 11.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to use 2. I'm going to use Careful Spell, and then I'm going to use Blindness on the hag.
And what modifier is that for the check? Strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Gotcha.
If it fails, the target is either blinded or deafened. At the end of each of its turns, the target makes a Constitution saving throw. On a success, the spell ends.
I rolled a 23.
I'm going to say that.
What about your 5s?
It has I guess I can through the game mechanics here. So as you cast your spell, you notice that typically it would have a lot greater effect on other creatures, but the hag seems to notice that it's coming, and you can see this sort of, magical aura just protect its eyes for just a half a second, and as it sort of washes over the hag, it almost seems to kind of deflect off of it. So you get a sense that Constitution saving throws, it's going to have a bit of a advantage on those. Not advantage per se, but it gets +5 to Constitution saving throws. So. But that then brings us to Annis Hag number 1's turn. And that is Sib. So now Sib steps through the fog. It's not close enough to have a melee attack just yet. So it is going to reach out with its hand to Tyrell across the way. And you can see with Sib's hand, she's sort of mimicking almost this like puppet-like gesture, like she's trying to somehow gain control of you. And you can see that she's licking her lips while she's doing this. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's gonna be a 10.
Okay. On your next turn, I get to take one of your actions.
All right. I'm gonna say no, but
That saves us a lot of time.
That brings us to Ranger Steve.
I want to cast Hunter's Mark on Sib,
Okay.
and then fire an arrow at it.
Go for it.
The Annis Hag.
Yeah.
Ha, 21.
All right. You break armor class.
I'm gonna add the crossbow with it, as well as the spikes for this round.
Okay. It is still
Give me
piercing
s-
damage, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Give me a second while I add all this crap up.
You're fine.
$14.
Okay. You could see the arrow shoot through the air, down with Hunter's Mark, and the arrow sort of clatters
Hold on.
around.
Oh, sorry, hold on. I forgot to use Hunter's Mark. My bad. The thing I just added, I forgot to use it.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's okay, another 6.
So it's 14 plus 6, so 20 total. What was it?
No, 14 plus a d6, and it was a 4, so 18.
Gotcha. 18. Okay. So yes, as you see, or as you loose the arrow from the roof, you sort of Hunter's Mark. You make sure you line up your shot. The stars sort of align right as you release your breath. You let go of the arrow, sort of whizzes through the air. You could see sort of it's got, brush and stuff on its back, and the arrow kind of clatters around, but it still strikes the sort of pale flesh underneath. And you can see that that's going to be rather troublesome for piercing damage. It has a resistance to piercing, so it's going to take half of your 18 damage. And you still have another action. Or like a minor action, because Hunter's Mark was your spell. The arrow was your attack. So you got
I get
anything
a
else?
third. I get a second attack.
Oh, you do have another attack as an action.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm just gonna do it all again, but without piercing thorns this time.
Gotcha.
If I land, I guess. And I'm not even gonna tell you the number I got. It's not a 1, but it's
Okay, I was going to say there's one number I need to
Yeah.
know if you got.
I'm not gonna tell you I got a 1.
It was a 6. I'm assuming that does not hit.
It does not, no. All right. Now that Ranger Steve's turn has ended, it is Commissioner Cassius Credo. It is his turn. He is now within distance. He's taken quite a beating through the Dragon's Breath and the Fury of Blows coming from Detective Easter while dodging Sailor Sun's attacks. It's going to try and grapple Detective Easter. So it's going to use its...
So since I can see it and I activated dodge, I get
Correct.
a dexterity saving throw with advantage, and it has a disadvantage against me with attacks.
Yes. And that's going to come in a lot of handy here because the escape saving throw you need to make is a dexterity saving throw.
Perfect. Oh, well, good. Yeah, that advantage helps out a lot. Total for my dexterity saving throw here is 23.
All right. Yeah, it goes for a giant bear hug to just clasp you in its arms, and it sort of whiffs in thin air as you duck down, sort of twist away from it, and it sort of looks over at you Like it doesn't, it's kind of a big lumbering mass. It is the exact same height as you. It is, staring at you eye to eye. So it didn't expect a creature as big as you to be able to move as quickly as you did. But you make it out of the way of its crushing hug. And now it is going to take a swipe at Sailor's Son. So it's going to use its multi-attack. So it's going to make 3 attacks. 1 with the bite and 2 with her claws. So roll number 1. Does a 22 break your armor class, Ian? Or Sailor Son, sorry.
Let me check.
I can go ahead and tell you the other 2 attacks are not going to land.
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, like I said, the other 2 attacks miss. So the bite, you are going to take 15 points of damage, of piercing damage.
That's a lot. But
so
good thing you get that extra little buff there. Man.
So it comes down on you. It misses twice with the swipes of its claw, but it digs its teeth. It's like crooked, nasty, festering teeth down into your shoulder and part of your sort of lower bicep. It's got a rather big mouth, and it just sort of like threshes around a little bit on there. You can feel its teeth sort of serrating the flesh on your shoulder as it sort of lets go and releases you. That then brings us to Detective Easter's turn.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Well, so the other Annis Hag steps out, and I can see that, right?
Correct, yes. Sib is currently out and was engaged by Ranger Steve from the rooftop.
Okay. And is Sib still within range that a cone strike would hit it from my key Dragon's Breath?
You could line up both of them in a shot, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to spend my last of those for this long rest and use fire. And so this one is this saving throw is dexterity.
Okay. $19 from Commissioner Cassie's Credo, and
That beats it.
9 from Sib.
That does not beat it. So Cassius will take 2 damage of fire, and the Annis Hag will take 4 damage of fire.
All right.
And then I'm going to punch Cassius in the face with a fire fist.
Nice. Go ahead and roll. See if you break armor class.
$11.
All right, you do not break armor class there.
Okay, and then I'm going to activate a bonus action to try to punch, or to try to headbutt him with a fire headbutt.
Nice.
And I get a total of 22.
You land.
Okay.
So you miss the hook, but then you come right back down with the head butt, and he does not see that one coming.
And that does 5 fire damage.
Nice. So you can see from the fire blows that you are landing, it appears as if while the fire doesn't do extra damage, it does seem to be more effective than cold. Just a mental note for you. And I believe that brings us to the kids again. So, the kid who tried to grab Tyrell's hand and had it thrown away, as flustered as a brainless walking corpse can be, stands up and is going to step towards Tyrell and try and make an attack. Wow, 19.
Oh shit. That hurt.
Well, it's not damage, it's just breaking your armor class.
That's gonna hurt.
It's just a kid.
Oh.
You don't sound very confident.
And life is a nightmare.
3 damage. So as he kind of scrapes you with his...
That goes a third of my health.
As he sort of scrapes the same arm that wronged him just a moment ago with his nails, he sort of digs his hands into you, and it's I would say not quite as bad as a scratch from Ghost, but it's close.
Oh, great.
For those of you that don't know, Jared's cat, Ghost, bad scratches.
Okay.
And that will be the end of the kid's turn, and we'll now bring it to your turn. So you...
In my mind, I'm going to say, I want to hit that kid back.
But you feel something stopping you. It's almost as if
so weird.
Your blood is on fire inside of your body. You feel it burning, and any resistance that you try to oppose to the movements, just searing pain, burning pain, and you feel your body as it wants to walk over to Tug and strike him with your iron hand. So I need you, Tyrell, to make an attack roll against Tug.
And is this a strength?
D20,
thing?
strength. So yes.
Does he hear the ghost of Billy Banger encouraging him on?
No ethereal voices or anything, just physical pain.
I don't know why I'm trying to do this, and I'm going to fight it as much as I can. I've rolled a 7.
All right. So you do everything you can to fight it, but as you attempt to slash at him, I know 7's not enough to break Tug's armor class, so Tug is sort of taken aback by you approaching him and taking a swing at him, and he kind of steps out of the way of your iron hand as you swing kind of wildly at him, and looks at you like, what are you doing? And just like that, after your hand had made the movement and completed the motion, the burning blood sensation instantly evaporates, and you feel you have complete control of your body again.
Oh. I just wanted to smack you across the head like that kid. I mean, I don't know what just came over me.
Someone's
I don't know what it was.
around here.
Is anyone around? Do you see anyone with like a remote control somewhere? No one knows what that is.
You're the only artificer, so yeah, you probably are the only person that knows what that is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I do need to still. That reminds me, I need to find my Roomba flying broom.
Yes. Well, you still got one turn, unless you just wanted to talk to Tug and tell him that you kind of wanted to bash his head in, but not really.
Yeah, I do not know. Can I look for any supplies around me?
What the fuck?
You see a freshly reanimated corpse to your left that just scratched your arm. You see Tug to your right. You know he has lots of goodies and trinkets, but is also,
He tries to rob Tug. Like, let me see your pockets.
But you don't see anything around you. I mean, near the houses and things, there's barrels and crates, but none of them are within arm's reach.
Yeah.
Forget that you're in a huge battle. Don't worry about it.
Well, he's an
I don't
artificer.
do
He
well.
needs things in order to...
Yeah, you can make fun of me all you want.
Like, sit quietly probably and make it. You can't do that while like cross-legged in the middle of a battle, can you?
Sure. I guess it depends.
I mean, if it takes concentration, as long as his concentration isn't interrupted for the segment of time that he needs to make whatever it is, then, I mean, it's just whether or not somebody chooses to make him a target.
Which is likely, apparently.
I mean, the
wanna
reanimated
run-
corpse is just going to attack whatever's closest too, so it's not anything
Then-
personal. But
If I still have a decent action, I'd like to try to run to one of those barrels.
sure, which barrel? So you can obviously see the barrel in the crate over there, and then the one barrel sort of behind you. Which one are you moving towards?
Yeah, that one to the right. That's pretty close.
Okay. So as you run away, you realize, oh crap, I forgot. The reanimated child is behind me, and it's going to make an attack of opportunity as you try and leave.
Sure.
It grasps at thin air as you run away, and you
Oh,
make it to the barrel, which you can search next time. Bring us all the
Dragon
way,
Ball Z.
all the way back to the top. Sailor Sun, your time to shine.
Literally.
All right. Awesome. Cool. I am going to. Can I sprint? Because I use my speed to go over to the left guard. Like the left guard that's been knocked out. The blue
This one here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it dead? Or just
You saw
I
him
think
get
he's dead.
you saw him get thrown against the wall. Yeah, you're pretty sure they're dead, but nobody's gone over and checked their pulse or anything.
Yeah, I just want to move that way so I can kind of expand the field so we're all kind of encircled around
Sure.
the two problems.
With the sort of hag here, Commissioner Cassius Credo, having bit you last time, you are engaged with him, and I know this is new information to you, so I'll let you decide if you still want to do that. He is going to get attack of opportunity if you choose to disengage him.
Oh, okay, perfect then. Then on that moment, then I will use my light and sacred flame cantrip on him. Then.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, we'll forego the first one, and you'll use the light and sacred flame. And if you don't mind describing to me what that one does, it's just radiant damage.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, radiant damage.
All right. So there is a check that I will have to beat. It is 8 plus your proficiency, which you have is 3. So that makes it an 11 plus whatever your spell casting is. So what is it? Was it wisdom or intelligence was your spell casting?
It may be charisma for his.
Yeah, it's charisma.
Okay, so what is your charisma modifier?
17.
The small
your
number
plus
behind
number.
the plus number.
Oh,
It makes it a 3, I think.
yeah, 3.
Okay, so it'd be 14. So I have to beat a check of 14, and that is a radiant damage. What is that? A Constitution saving throw? Does it say on your spell?
It does not say. I'll have to look.
what was the spell?
It was light and sacred flame.
What did we say the check was?
Dexterity. It's dexterity.
Okay.
Dexterity.
So I rolled a 17 naturally with a +1 for dexterity. So it unfortunately rolled really well. I'm sorry, Ian. It's a rough night on the rolls.
I get him out early.
By all means, that should have been a really good attack. I didn't expect it to roll high because it hasn't been. But yeah, as you cast Radiance out, you can see sort of, you don't know if it's the fresh bite wound on your shoulder, but you kind of cast it and it just doesn't quite have the oomph that you wanted it to. But you still have another action if you'd like to make another attack.
Okay, since he is on me, can I run him into the building behind me?
Like kind of like hurl him over you, like kind of where like
Yeah.
Yeah, you can attempt to. You'll have to roll strength to do that.
Yeah. Oh, great. That's just a. just a D8?
So your strength, just roll a D20. It'll be your strength modifier in addition to the number you roll.
All right, cool. So I rolled a 15.
All right, he only rolled a 14. Man, he has a +5 to strength, but you beat him on the strength. So yeah, we'll say you did one of those like well, you tell me, how did you throw him against the building?
I suplexed him into the building.
All right. So in this feat of strength, just this rage that had been building inside of you from so many missed attacks and ineffective attacks, you just finally said, fuck it, I am throwing this guy against the building, and he is getting what is coming to him. So as you throw...
For Queen Serenity!
With the shout of might, you feel empowered, and you hurl Commissioner Cassie's Credo into the building behind you. With the throwing of this hulking monster into the building that Detective Easter has already blasted once with Dragon's Breath, Ranger Steve, it sort of shakes the foundation enough, and you can see that this building doesn't have much life left in it. I need you to make an acrobatics check to see if you maintain your footing on the house that you realize may not be standing for much longer.
14.
All right.
Sorry, Ranger dude.
You succeed in keeping your footing, but yes, you now question the,
stability
right of the house you are on. So it's not like it's going to collapse on its own free will again, but if something were to continue to challenge its strength, it might fail. That then brings us to Tug. Tug, you still got a zombie kid in front of you. You saw Tyrell run over behind you to check on a barrel. You just saw the Sailor Sun suplex Commissioner Cassie's Credo into the building, and Ranger Steve sort of whoa on top of it there.
I'm going to cast Bless. And you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving roll before the spell ends. The target can take 1d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or saving throw. It's got a duration of 1 minute, so everyone needs to use this on their next turn.
Yep.
And I'm going to bless Ranger. What is it? Sailor Sun?
It's Sailor Sun, yes. But in that transformation, Ian's character is Sailor Sun. When you don't know the other transformation yet, but her name is Soul then.
Okay. And then Kobe's new player, which I guess I never wrote his name down. Detective
Easter.
Tundraka. I thought I wrote that down. But
right? It is Tundraka, right?
Yeah, it's Tundraka Easter of the Tundraka clan.
Look at me remembering draconic names.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, I knew it the whole time, and she wanted to ask me.
Hey,
but you can just call me
Ranger
Detective
Steve,
Easter.
Do you speak Draconic? What is his name?
It's Private Easter.
Oh.
What benefit did we get from Tug right there?
You get a 1d4 to any saving throws that you may need to make in the next sequence of turns. So your next go, if you have to make one, and then there was another condition for it, Tug. What was it?
Attack rolls.
Attack rolls? Okay.
Attack rolls or saving rolls, whichever you need to use before the end of this.
Is it just added to everything, or is it just we get 1d4 to use?
I think it's a 1d4, right?
It's like an inspiration effect.
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Unless you want to add it to everything, that's good too.
I don't think so.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling a fishy blessing on me right now. You can smell the ocean water.
Damn right you can. Smell that fresh water. That's what we're talking about.
All right. You still got one more action?
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at God damn it! Why can I not remember his name?
Commissioner Cassius Credo.
Cassius. I'm gonna write that down right now.
But the way things are going, I don't know he's going to be around much longer. I mean, he's still got a good chunk of health, but...
Okay, I forgot that I'm a level 5 now. My firebolt actually does 2 d10s, not 1 d10.
Well, it depends what level you're casting it at, too.
No, it's only when I reach.
Oh, because it's a cantrip. I got you.
Yeah. So, first armor class, 12 plus 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's an unnatural 20.
All right, that breaks the armor class.
Okay. And the first roll is a 2. The second one is a 10, so 12.
Dang. All right. So you cast Firebolt just like you did with the child before. And this time the fire sort of pierces its lower thigh. It's kind of upended because of the suplex and being thrown into the house. And as you sort of singe its thigh, you see this black sort of scar, this scorch mark streak across its leg. And it lets out this sort of inhuman roar. Just this...
And anything on it that's flammable catches on fire.
Yeah, so you can see that the sort of dead branches that adorn its back are starting to singe and gain, embers and catch fire.
I feel like fire does more damage, y'all.
Yeah, we discovered that with the dragon guy.
Oh, really? Man.
Well, Detective Easter discovered it. I mean, if you're paying real close attention, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But
I've been reading my cards, so we all know that if I'm reading, I don't really know what else is going on around me. It's kind of one or the other I got going on here. So.
But yeah, no. By this time, we'll say everybody knows. Between Detective
they've been like
Easter's
scorched and stuff, right? I mean,
yeah. But all I'm saying is, Tug's attack was good because it managed to catch whatever could be caught on fire. Detective Easter's was good. You saw him use the frost blast. While the fire seems better than the frost, it's not like they have a weakness to it. But there are certain elements of them, just like you guys, your clothes are flammable, the hag's clothes are also flammable, so.
She went naked.
Yeah, man.
We gonna see her anus.
Well, it's Commissioner Cassie's credo that's caught on fire.
We gonna see his anus.
There you go. But anuses are pretty universal, so. That
Amen, brother.
then brings us to Sib. Sib seeing Tug cast a spell on Commissioner Cassius Credo. He's going to run past Sailor's Son and go right to Tug.
Does Sailor Son get an attack of opportunity?
He does. So if you would like to make your roll now, just a d20, whatever you choose to attack with.
A D20.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, my dog's going crazy.
It's okay.
At least it's not that goddamn raccoon.
Goddamn raccoon.
That's Sailor's Son getting pissy. Run by.
I'm trying to use my hellhounds, but they're not working.
They're just too darn cute.
Oh, okay. Rolled a 12.
All right, you do not break the armor class. Did you add anything to that with the 12? Was it just your staff you were hitting it with?
Yeah, just my staff. So.
Is that count as a melee for strength, or are you proficient with your staff? Did you guys determine
He
that?
is proficient with his staff.
I am proficient. Yes.
So
that's
you add a plus 3,
Plus
3
3.
for him.
3,
It should be-
15.
Yeah, 15.
Good.
Not quite there yet. And did you add your strength modifier, the plus or minus next to your strength?
My strength modifier is -1.
Okay, so Yeah.
Definitely not there.
Unfortunately,
You're
not.
-1 after you slam somebody into a building, a giant bee.
Yeah.
I'm not that strong.
You're starting to look at your
Social
staff.
life,
Yeah.
like-
Starting to look at your staff like, what the hell is wrong with this thing? Like, it's defective.
Break the wrist and walk away.
Very nice, Kip. But as the hag runs towards Tug, it's going to use its last action to do Crushing Hug. Tug, I need you to...
Aww.
Yeah.
Big ol' hug.
I need you to, hang on, see if it breaks your
Death
armor
saving
class.
roll. Just
No.
immediately.
No.
Yeah.
Does 22
Run
break your
away.
armor class?
Yes.
All right. So as it sort of runs towards you with its arms out, Sib bear hugs you. Just the sheer impact of the arms wrap around you and lock behind you, and you can feel this just compression start to take hold right around. She just has you right around your abdomen. Your arms are pinned to your side. Do you want me to roll damage, or do you want to take it?
Oh, take it, baby.
What? I'm confused.
So
When-
the Crushing Hug is an attack. So I can either take the average number or I can actually roll it. So what I'm saying is if I take the
sorry.
average, it's the middle, right? But if I roll, I have the potential to do more or less. So I'm giving you the choice. Do you want me to
So-
roll or do you want to take the
Well-
average?
Well, so do I not get a saving roll on this? Oh no, this is her actual attack.
This is her actual attack. There will be a saving roll that you need to make to break free of the hug.
Okay. I'll just take it. What am I at?
36 points of damage.
Okay.
Woof. All right, guys, don't get hugged by it.
You have noticed they tend to like hugging people. Detective Easter was fast enough, quick enough to dodge Commissioner Cassius Credo's hug, but Tug was rather caught off guard, and this obviously Sib seems to be the more powerful of the two. So now, yes, Sib has you sort of up in the air, equal to her height, just absolutely crushing you, and that will end her turn. Ranger Steve, you are now up. So you've seen all this transpire underneath you as your footing on the crumbling house seems to lessen.
I want to drop a vial of oil on top of Cassius Credo.
All right.
You can have him make a check. I should
Yeah,
be
I'm
right
trying to
above
think.
him,
I
but-
mean, that's just dexterity.
Yeah, it's usually
We'll
dexterity.
say you succeed. You're proficient in dexterity. It's all good. You drop it right on. Initially, the oil breaking on the twigs of the upturned Commissioner Cassius Credo sort of douses the flame, but then you can see it start to catch fire as more of the brush and the cloth on Commissioner Cassius Credo's form starts to burn away, and you can just hear the inhuman sort of singeing pain as he sort of threshes around on the ground trying to put the fire out.
Okay. I want to jump down from the building and then do an attack, but I guess my jumping needs to roll first.
No, you're fine. You've got a
Okay.
good enough footing up there. It's not a problem
Okay.
for you.
Yeah, just want to come down with my axe.
Okay.
That'll be a 17 for attack hit.
Well, let's go ahead and give you advantage because you have height. You're coming down. It's distracted. So roll again.
A 15.
All right. You tied its armor class. It's at 17, and tie does go to the defender. So, with the sort of thrashing body below you, the unsure footing of the house, and you having to worry a little bit about the flames itself, you come down with the axe, but it's just not as good of a strike as you wanted it to be, and all you really manage to do is cut some of the cloth off from its sort of leg area where you can see it's been singed by Tug's firebolt previously. So you do not land an attack, but it still is very much preoccupied with it being on fire.
Okay. I'm going to use my second attack to do the same thing, and I'm going to remember the +4 we get from fucking Tug that I should have used on that first round.
Yeah, remember your +4, people.
Hey, as a bard, they forgot all of the inspiration.
Yeah, and those were D6s.
Okay, this is a lot better roll. Okay, so 4.
If it's
like
over
24.
17, yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Then the crossbow and entangle, or crossbow and piercing thorns.
Mm-hmm. Because the crossbow's a +1d4, right? And then your damage of the piercing thorns in addition to whatever you roll for your axe.
Yep.
What'd you get?
12.
All right. It's a really good hit. You, in fact, cleave off its leg. It's the same leg that had been singed by Tug's firebolt. You bring the axe down, and even though he's rolling around sort of uncontrollable on the ground in flames, you cleave off his leg right in the middle of his thigh. Just clean cut. As you bring the axe down and it hits the earth, you see sparks shoot off just from the sheer friction of your axe swinging down. And its right leg has been cleaved from its body. You can see massive sort of oozing black blood pour out from the wound. And you can tell just from the damage, it does not have long for this world. I believe that ends your turn, right?
Yep.
All right. It is indeed Commissioner Cassius Credo's turn. In its sort of death throes here, it is going to make an attempt to sort of douse the fire by continuing to roll. It is not going to succeed at doing so. So it is going to use its kind of last breath to reach up and cast a 6th level spell. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Ranger Steve.
Oh, damn. That's a big spell.
Give me a second. $15.
All right. Whatever was cast at you went right past your head. You could feel like a rush of what just feels like cursed air go by your ear and shoot off into the distance. You even notice some of the trees sort of rustle behind you. And it continues to thrash around to the ground, disappointed in its sort of final, or what it thinks it will be its final moments, and that its attack was unsuccessful. That now brings us to Detective Easter's turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my minor action to put away. I've been holding my flashlight the whole time. I'm going to put away the flashlight and pull out my bolt thrower.
All right.
And then I'm going to take an action and use all 5 charges at the Annis Hag.
All right. And what check did I give you for that one?
So this is what you sent me. Is
that just
the bolt
an
thrower
instant success?
it's a 10 Constitution save to paralyze on 1 bolt.
Mm-hmm.
If I use all 5 at once for an instant success.
Okay. So yeah, you pull out your. What did I end up calling it? What was it in the?
It's called the bolt thrower, but it's a taser.
Bolt thrower. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You feel like
lightning bolt thrower. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like really powerful because of the fish weapons?
Oh, I don't need it.
He didn't even need it this
success.
time.
Yeah.
So yes, you raise your instrument and you hear the sort of electric charge of it as it sort of energizes, much like a plasma pistol from Halo. Tyrell, the electricity sort of catches your ear. You notice, ooh, like interesting. Like what is this? Like I being an artificer, you're very interested in technology. You see this thing charge up and shoot a bolt of electricity. It just sort of arcs through the air and connects with Sib right in the back. And you see Sib immediately, all of her muscles tense, even though, her hulking size, her arms are drawn out almost into like a T pose, releasing Tug from her grasp. And Tug sort of falls, catches himself on her feet, and he has been released. You see Sib sort of trying her best to resist being knocked prone, but does in fact fall back onto her back.
Great. I'm going to use my movement to get up next to Sib.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch her with a fire punch.
All right.
As my
go ahead and take
extra monk
advantage
attack.
Because they are knocked prone.
Okay. I got a total of a 23.
That lands.
Okay. And so I do 1 point of fire damage. And then I'm going to use my bonus attack to punch her again.
All right.
And I got a natural 20. Awesome.
Very nice.
And I do a total of 4 fire damage.
All right. That's your double damage? Was 4?
Yeah, it's just it's a 1d6 unarmed strike, so
gotcha.
I got 2 2s. I just rolled twice. Yeah.
You're not even. You guys suck.
Well, I didn't need to use that 1d4.
Josh, I think you forgot you were on mute
for 1
again.
minute. No, he knew he wasn't. But it lasts for 1 minute. So one round of combat's like 30 seconds or less. So we still have one more round of combat to use it.
Okie dokie.
Is Sib stunned for the round, or is it just prone?
Sib is knocked prone. Like you've I guess what's in what context are you asking the difference between being stunned and knocked prone? Like she's out.
So since it's like because she's been tased, is she just gonna have to just get up and then be able to move, or is it like an after effect of a paralyzing shock type of stun?
She will not be able to make a movement to get back up until it is your turn next. So you will go again before she's able to stand up.
Okay, perfect. Everybody gang up.
But they don't know that. You guys don't know that. That then brings us to the zombie kid. Zombie kid, seeing his target run away and not having turned his head and being very singly focused on its target, is going to use its movement to catch up to Tyrell. It's going to try and make an attack. 5 does not break your armor class, I imagine. And it is now your turn, Tyrell.
Yeah, you didn't beat my armor class. Okay, well, I want to take an action to see if there may be something in this barrel I can help me.
Yeah, so you just kind of put your hand behind you, like, go away, annoying kid. Like, you do that thing where you put your hand on his head and he just kind of swings his arms at you and can't quite hit you at the moment. As you lift off the barrel lid. What are you looking for?
Materials. I mean, honestly, I'm risking my rope. I don't know if I'm ever gonna. I don't know if I'm kind of thinking ropes at the top of the list, but anything like the gum Arabic or like I don't know, furs or even insects, like anything anything potentially in that realm of randomness.
You know that the last barrel you guys peeled open in the alleyway contained water, like fresh water. You peel this one off, and lo and behold, the same fresh water appears to be in the barrel. You do notice some, small water bugs skimming around the surface.
Okay.
But that's all you got. Nice fresh water and some water bugs. Still got one more action if you'd like to take it. Maybe heavy hand the zombie kid.
Yeah.
Unless you want to keep him as a pet. Maybe you could turn him into a homuncula. Aye.
That could be interesting. Yeah.
Cut off his bottom jaw. Remove the
Yeah,
ability
the
to
thing is, like, until I can figure out how to do that, I would need to make him a Walking Dead slave.
And then what happens if we kill the hag?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
So yeah, you've got a barrel of water in one hand, and you've got a zombie child head in the other.
And what I really need, a rope. People make fun of the rope, but the rope
shouldn't have made that wonderful bag on the back of Tug's back that he's so willy-nilly running around with.
Mm-hmm. Ah, boy.
And has already submerged in the water once.
Can I take an action to run to the next barrel?
Sure, but the zombie will get a,
that's fine.
Attack of opportunity.
Can't do much damage to me.
You're right. He rolled a 4, so he's not breaking your armor class. You just sort of shove his head back. Yeah.
I have a side story going on while everyone else is fighting. It's great.
We hate it so much. Please do something.
I'm trying to find something to do.
All right,
just go punch somebody.
So
punch someone in the face and kill them. Like you're just running away from this child. Just kill it first.
It's not good.
Which barrel which barrel are you running towards? You see two over. You knew there was a chest back on the other side too.
Oh, I know that, huh?
Well, from your previous sight line, you had a barrel and a chest, or a barrel to your right to choose from, and you chose the barrel to your right. And you know now that 2 barrels have contained water. Probably pretty likely the other 2 will contain the same thing, but the chest is a new sort of, and you don't, there may be other things on the other side of the houses here. They're just not in your sight line right now.
But have I enhanced, put some more experience towards my scavenging skill? Because maybe the chances are higher that something else is in there. I'm going to run that way, meaning...
You get 30 feet of movement.
How far am I going to go?
So you're going to go right here?
Mm-hmm. Okay, then that's good.
All right, so giving you the sort of look around now.
That's an aerial.
Yes.
You got a drone?
So you got another barrel here you didn't see before. The same chest that you saw over there. Another barrel and 2 kids that have not been turned.
2 kids.
There is another kid right here. Has not been turned. And 2 more barrels beyond them.
Okay.
You also kind of look over to your right and notice the kids that were playing King of the Hill have turned to their left and are now looking at you as well.
Okay. Sure.
That brings us back to the top to Sailor Sun. Ian, what you gonna do?
Well, I'm feeling very insecure about attacking at all anymore.
At least with the staff. The unhanded combat or unarmed combat has been going great.
That's true. So with that, I think I will run with that, with my light and sacred flame.
All right. So are you attacking Commissioner Cassius Credo on his last leg? Or are you attacking Sib that's been knocked prone? Right now,
I'm going to get...
Currently both.
I'm going to try Credo.
Credo? Okay. With advantage, go ahead and roll 2 d20s. Add your modifiers. 3 for proficiency. Or you're casting your Sacred Flame, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, rolling 18. And then...
You beat it with that one, but go ahead and roll a second time to see if you get nat 20.
And 14.
All right. So you break it with the first roll you got. So go ahead and roll damage for Sacred Flame.
That's another d20. 13.
13, you said?
Yeah.
Describe to me how you use Sacred Flame to destroy Commissioner Cassius Credo for good.
Yes. Since Black Ranger has officially left the building, I'm going to blast Credo into the building through it.
Nice. So yeah, you rear back, you sort of pull your hand back and thrust it forward, and just as he's getting to his feet, still sort of singed and on fire from the previous attacks, you just hit him with this blast of radiant energy, and he goes crashing through the house, just completely destroying it. Tyrell, you standing in the sort of area over here, see this building just turn to splinters to the left of you, and you see this husk of what you can only assume is Commissioner Cassius Credo, while in midair, just sort of turn to cinders and ash and fade to nothing. You can see that your path to the left is just obstructed now, completely sort of flattened by this house. You may be able to search through the rubble there and find something, but everyone's attention in your vicinity has turned to this house being demolished the rest of the way by the flinging body of Commissioner Cassius Credo.
Nice hit.
As he is no more.
As I heave with my chest bouncing up and down.
You are feeling a little bit better about yourself after that hit. That will, unless you have another action you'd like to take, because you did have to move a little bit to get to him, not a ton, but then cast. So I'd say, you know, depending on what it is.
Yeah, I just like to, I think, just stand in defense with my staff raised for the moment.
Sure.
I think.
It would be Sib's turn, but she is still knocked prone and being electrified. So that will bring us to Ranger Steve.
Or
Tugs, sorry. My bad.
yeah,
My bad.
was gonna say-
My bad.
um,
I caught it.
I'm after my moan. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself at 2nd level.
Okay. So
And,
roll your die there. Oh yeah, Ian, I have this as your other side of your card. We hadn't even realized that, but
I love it.
Okay.
Is that the sound you make when you're casting Cure Wounds?
So 12 in all, so that brings me back to 49. Then I'm going to cast. Oh shit! I gotta roll it. I gotta roll a d20 and see if I get a 1.
You do.
I've been.
Chaos.
Oh, I got a 20, so that's good. Then I'm gonna cast Firebolt on Sid, the soothsayer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You get advantage. She is not prone currently, so.
So I got a 5 and an 18 without adding anything. So 18, 19, 20, 21.
That breaks armor class.
Okay. Then 2d10s. I got an 8. Come on, Daddy needs a 10. I got a 10 technically.
But it's 8 plus 2.
Yeah.
Old Tugs at the bingo hall.
All right. You cast Firebolt onto Sib, just right sort of into her abdomen, right into her chest. Just good center mass shot. The majority of the brush and flammable materials are on her back, so you could tell this one burns and scars just right the middle of her chest, but there's not really much that is there to catch fire this time.
Oh, shit. Gotta roll a d20.
Every time.
19.
And
Okay.
technically, you should do that first each time.
Hey, I'm trying.
I know. Hey, I'm just saying when we come to those in the future, always roll it first because, you know, you wouldn't if the way the chaos magic works, you wouldn't get your spell to work the way you wanted it to if you rolled a 1. That's when the chaos magic would take hold. So.
Oh wow, really? So you don't even get your spell?
That's what I'm saying. The chaos magic has the potential to just really throw a wrench in the gears.
And
takes
everyone
its
in a 10-foot cone disappears. Oh,
butterflies appear.
Well, no, it says after. It's after.
Is it?
Yeah, roll d20 after a cast spell.
Okay.
On a roll of 1, chaos magic happens.
All right.
But I do agree with your thinking. I mean, I would have thought that would make sense.
I thought that's how we established it from the start, but I'm okay to not. That's fine.
Dude, I don't care how we do it. It's whatever. That's what I wrote down.
If that's what you got wrote down, then that's what we'll roll with.
Okay.
Does that conclude your turn?
Do I have any more actions?
You cast Firebolt. You still have 1 more action to take if you would like it.
He also cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, you did cast Cure Wounds. Then you have, you can shout something out to somebody, minor action, but nothing.
Fucking die, bitch!
And with that, like I said, we would go to Sib, not Sib's turn. Ranger Steve, you are up.
Okay. Same thing. I'm just gonna spike a vial of oil on its front.
Okay. Sure
and
thing.
then just hack.
Crash it right down on top of it. How many more vials of those oils do you have?
I've got 5 more.
Okay, because you have been using those since the Giant's Bones. I don't remember you having that many. I'm okay with it.
I picked up, I started with 11, so I've used like 7 of them.
As long as you are counting,
yep.
Good
I'm
with
counting.
me.
Yep.
Good with me.
There's only 4 things in my equipment and items. That's one of them.
All right. So yes, and you said you're gonna bring your axe down in the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And I assume you're gonna make 2 attacks, right? With your double. Okay. So go ahead and roll for the first one.
Okay. First one is pretty good. 22.
Breaks armor class. Yep.
Oh God, here's where the fun. All right, give me a second. Rolling. This would be the only benefit of having solid dice. Okay, so with Hunter's Mark and the crossbow, axe, and then I'll go ahead and use Piercing Thorns for this first one. The total is 21.
21 damage.
Yeah.
Nice hit. All right. You take a big hunking, hefting chunk right out of her shoulder blade, right where her neck, in between her neck and her shoulder blade. You just drive the axe down, and you can tell it goes into the middle of the axe. It's a deep cut. Like you haven't severed the arm from her body, but it's a blow. It's a lot of damage.
Okay. Second one is a 15.
All right. You pull the axe out again and kind of hack at the same spot, and the arm lops off completely, removing any chance she had of doing another crushing hug.
Oh, no more hugs.
That axe seems very effective against this thing.
I'm too nice. I shouldn't have let you cleave off her arm. What was I thinking?
I mean, I was hoping for a bear hug, but you know.
Me too. I was really hoping for another one of those. All right. Math. Okay. So yes, as you take another nice chunk out, cleave the arm off, you can see the black blood start to ooze out of the fresh wound. You can hear sort of groan and tense as best as she can, still being electrocuted by the shot from Detective Easter's bolt thrower, and that will now bring us to Detective Easter's turn.
Okay, I'm going to use my minor action to put my bolt thrower away and pull out my security baton.
Nice.
And I'm going to, instead of movement, use that first action to hit it with the security baton.
All right.
And let's see here. Okay, even with the D4, that one would miss. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to attempt to hit it again with my action.
Okay.
With the baton.
Sure.
11. A total of... I had to use my D4 this time. Tug.
Nice.
So it's going to get to a total of 22.
It hits.
Okay. And I'm going to... It's just going to do 1d4 damage. So it does 1 damage. But I'm going to spend a key point to turn that strike into a stunning strike.
Oh, dang.
So, I guess, yeah, you need a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
I don't know if there's anything else against that, but yeah, just Constitution saving throw.
12.
It did not beat the 14 check needed.
Damn.
Sorry, yeah. So you are now stunned until the next round, and then I'm going to use my second attack the monk attack that I get as my second attack there, and I'm going to punch it with fire damage.
All right.
I'm going to miss, but I'm going to use my bonus attack action to try to punch it again, and I rolled a natural 20.
All right. Breaks armor class. Double damage.
I rolled a total combined 5 fire damage.
All right.
So, and that ends my turn.
Where do you punch it specifically?
So it's arms and was it on its back or was it facing up?
It was on its back, and Ranger Steve cleaved off its right arm, which would be the arm closest to you, and then Tug shot it right in the chest with a firebolt. So it's like head and sort of right shoulder and right leg are exposed to you, like its ribs too. It's
Yeah, just right in the chest.
All right. Yeah, you tenderize the pale, decaying flesh of the Sib the Soothsayer as she sort of gasps again, being stunned.
And she is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Mm-hmm. And that brings us...
All right, boys, do it all over again.
That brings us back to the kid?
Adventures of Tyrell.
Yes. Seeing Tyrell run across or around the corner, it's going to use both of its actions to get to you, but it doesn't have an action to attack. Tyrell, it is now your turn. So seeing the, exploding house turn to splinters to your left, there's all sorts of rubble and goodies over there now. In addition to the barrels, there is one obviously reanimated corpse behind you, and one what appears to be unturned child, but also you don't know its alignment, if it is under the spell of one of the hags or not, what you want to do.
Yeah, the alive kid feels very Pokemon-esque, so expecting to engage in that in a second here. But my main focus is I want to run to the rubble and see what I can't scavenge. I mean, if there's any bits of twine, actual rope, anything, again, rope is number one, but anything else that may be helpful.
Sure. Since Zombie Kid hadn't engaged you yet, you run over into the rubble. You sort of look to the left, and you can't help but see out of the corner of your eye, not an old woman with an inhaler, but Sib the Soothsayer there. And you do, in fact, find some rope.
How big?
This rope is rather torn to shreds, so you're going to get maybe 25 feet out of it at best.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'll pocket that. I don't.
There's any number of nails, like iron nails in the boards.
Is helpful. Yeah.
And, you know, most of the other was like earthenware. It's all shattered to pieces.
You say urbanware?
Earthen, or like
Oh.
pottery.
Urbanware.
Very stylish, yeah.
I don't know what building this was. I want to pick up the nails for sure.
You'll have to, yeah, I mean, you know, you have to pry some of them out of the boards, but they're there. You get some.
Oh,
So-
I thought this was like a department store, and it was just like a.
No. If anything, they're, you know, like shrapneled into the other buildings, but you managed to pick seven iron nails, yeah, out of the rubble.
Is that count as my 2 actions, or
It
what is
does.
Okay.
What did you have planned?
Oh, I've got more to do. I've
No,
just
I
done my
want to
quest.
hear it. You had a plan. Just tell me right now.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep picking stuff up. I don't know.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you actually.
No, nothing great. I'm sure old lady inhalers. might-
She looks like she's pretty done from your perspective, but who knows? Maybe. Yeah, who are we kidding? She's not going to survive. All right.
Cool. Well, now that everyone can see me, I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, you kind of wave to him with your iron hand. Still.
I'm just picking crap up when they're doing work.
Okay,
Like
fine.
it. All right. Cool.
Solar Sun, back to the top. It is your turn. Sib the Soothsayer is again paralyzed or stunned, more specifically in front of you, knocked prone. What do you want to do?
All right, first, because I'm just now noticing this dude wandering around that apparently is on our side. I want to flip him off with my non-metal hand, and then I want to use light and sacred flame on this beast in between us all.
Okay. Light and sacred flame, and I'm. This is another. I'll just like. That probably does like an area of effect, right? It's like a radius.
Oh yeah, I'm too close.
You are close. Like everyone is currently engaged right on top of Sib, so you can cast that spell if you would like. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You know that they would also have to survive the check or take the damage as well, with everyone being so close.
Now, is there any way that I could cast the spell through my staff while jumping down on it, so it's all just centered within the staff? So that way.
What you said you're a warlock again, right?
Yeah.
And Josh, you're a wizard, right? Or did we determine you were a sorcerer? I'm pretty sure you're a wizard, because you do.
No, I'm a sorcerer.
Okay.
Why? What's the difference? I mean, I have written down
Right.
sorcerer.
What I'm asking is, you have
For the careful magic.
right. You have safe magic, and I was, if you were the same class, he would have that ability.
I don't think they're the same, because we went through his pretty
they're definitely
well.
not. They're definitely not the same. The sorcerers.
All right. Then I want to use my staff just to drive it into him.
Sure.
Use that open wound that Josh created.
Roll with the advantage here. So, 2 d20 rolls. Take the higher of the 2. Add your modifiers.
Right. All right. I rolled a 12 and a 10, so I'm gonna go with the 12.
Is that with or without the modifiers?
That's without.
Okay, so on your 12, you get a proficiency plus 3, bring it to a 15,
15.
and then you
Minus
get
1 for the
your
strength.
strength modifier.
Right. Yeah. So 14.
Okay, that unfortunately does not break the natural armor of Sib. So you bring the staff down right where her arm used to be, and manage to miss.
You're like, I was about to hit that, Ranger Steve.
Yeah, you had already started your attack when Ranger Steve lopped off the arm, so you sort of stab the already severed arm on the ground, and it's kind of on the end of your staff. You kind of shake it off. You still have another action, I believe.
Yeah. Oh. Am I allowed to do another attack?
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Yeah, we do it a little kind of house rulesy here. I just gave you guys 2 actions. Unless you have something extra, you can choose to use those 2 actions, either both for movement or both for attack. I'm okay with that. It kind of speeds things up a little bit.
For sure. Can I, in turn my attack and attack the little gremlin beast that's behind Tyrell?
You'd have to like throw your spear or cast a spell, but yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, can I cast my light and sacred flame at it?
What's the range on that?
60 feet.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay.
I think I'm just right outside the limit, though.
I have a measuring stick somewhere, but I haven't been measuring.
How many gnomes is that?
Yeah, so our unit of measurement here is gnomes, which is just yards.
All right.
But you know what the hell? You make it at a disadvantage roll, but make your attack on that kid in particular. This one over here is not a turned one, but if you would like to attack it, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, jeez.
All I'm saying is
regular kid.
it's not a zombie kid. You don't know if it's, because all the other kids were still attacking you even before they were zombified. So by all means, that it can only assume it's a bad kid. But I'm just giving you the context before.
True. Just really hoping if I kill him, then Tyrell can join the front.
I mean, you are rolling at a disadvantage, so it just could veer off and maybe hit Tyrell too. But I say you go for it.
It's a D20?
Yeah, 2 D20 rolls because it's a ranged spell attack.
Right. All right, I rolled an 18 and a 3.
Okay, we'll say the 8. We'll say the 18 hits, but it's a disadvantage, so a 3. I'm gonna need Tyrell to make the saving throw then. So what did we determine was the saving throw for Sacred Flame? It was 8 plus your proficiency.
Yeah.
Plus
3
charisma.
plus your charisma.
Charisma,
What was your charisma?
17.
But what's the plus number next to it?
Plus 3, sorry.
14. So Tyrell, roll Constitution saving throw. 14. Gotta get higher than a 14.
Cool. Yeah, I rolled 17.
All right. So as he casts Sacred Flame again, the same one that destroyed the house, the rubble that you're currently picking up, he casts Sacred Flame, and it appears to just go all around you. Right as you're bending down to pick up some more nice, fine sort of rubble, it just instantly incinerates around you, and there's just this sort of cone of destroyed house that just leaves the scorched earth behind. And you kind of cry, shed a single tear of all the rubble that you just lost. But that will bring us to Tug's turn. What you gonna do? Sib is still
that.
knocked prone in front of you.
Hide your hump. I guess I'm going to cast Firebolt at Sib.
All right.
Can you hear
Roll
me?
with
Yeah.
advantage.
Okay, I got an 8 and a 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Does 16 beat?
It does not. You are just shy.
Okay, well then I'm going to do it again.
All right, go for it.
Still with advantage?
Still with advantage. Wouldn't be fair if I didn't give you guys advantage.
Wow. I got a 1 and a 2, so...
Yikes. I mean, dodged a critical
Good thing
failure.
you got the 2.
Yeah, but all right.
Does-
You miss. You freaking throw these fire bolts out, and you're just so eager to kill this thing at this point. You're just shooting wildly, and you just miss. You just miss.
Yeah, and I didn't get chaos magic either. So.
All right.
Does the cantrips trigger his chaos magic?
They should, yes.
Spell.
Okay.
It's anytime I do a spell.
Okay.
So
I was
did
just
you
wondering.
roll your d20 twice there then too?
Yeah.
Okay. No ones.
No, the only one was I fucked up again because I'm trying to. I've got a note here, but I just
Let's just lump it in. I think we've done this in the past too. Lump it in with your actual spell cast. Anytime you are casting a spell, if you get a nat 1, that's when we'll have the chaos magic happen. Is that fair?
Well, if we do it that way, it doesn't, because I'm supposed to do it after every time I cast a spell.
Right. But what I'm saying is, instead of breaking it into 2 rolls, you will do your spell, and then afterwards you'll just do the chaos magic. Unless you want to roll twice every single time. That's fine with me. I'm just trying to simplify it for you so you don't have to...
Well, no, I'd rather roll twice. I just got to remember. Okay. I'll get it down. I'll get it.
Okay.
I
That would then be Sib's turn, but she is stunned for her turn, which brings us to Ranger Steve.
I'm just gonna start hacking away.
Bring down
Hacking
the
and
hammer.
slashing.
Do we have advantage or anything on these?
Yes, I've given.
Is it on every attack roll?
It is.
Good night. A 4. Well, that would be a...
And if
Okay, the
none
second
of
one's
you
a
guys
14.
land a frigging hit on this thing,
No, well, yeah, so 14 plus 7, so math is hard. I think it's above her.
do the math. Don't just think.
21.
Yeah,
Wow.
No, 22. It's 22.
you were correct in your assumption.
Okay, it's 22.
Roll damage.
Okay, I'll go ahead and since I hit, I get to use the
Mhm.
hunter's mark, and then I'll go ahead and use entangle for this one.
Entangle or thorns? Piercing.
Or not
thorns?
entangle. I always get them confused. It's piercing thorns.
Right.
14.
14 damage. Tell me how you finish, Sib.
Oh, good grief! I still had 2 more attacks.
Nice. Thank goodness. Good job.
Just a big swipe down right on her head, just to remove her head from her body.
Oh yeah. So her giant hunchback and all the twigs and everything has sort of, elevated her head off the ground. So it just brings it right into the sweet spot for you. You cleave straight through. Her head rolls back, sort of going end over end, and topples, and it sort of ends at Sailor Sun's feet, with the eyes just looking up at you. It just sort of stops at your feet. You can see the small trail of black blood as it led to you, and you kind of shake your feet off, and it rolls a little bit forward off of your feet. You could see the body of the hag sort of slump and die. We'll drop initiative. You see the kids sort of, around the town or whatever. The kids here sort of peek out from behind the barrels and start to appear as if they are just normal children again. They don't mean or intend any harm any longer. Sib is dead. You guys get...
What happened to the zombie kid? The other one.
So from Tyrell's perspective, the zombie kid that's been chasing him on their fun little adventure, their excursion, drops like a sack of meat, just hits the ground.
So he dies, yeah.
And you guys get
man.
3,900 experience points for the
Boom.
entire encounter there. So you beat a witch coven or a hag coven.
No.
Are there
Man,
are there any markings like on the clothing or on this beast that would be of note? I have a passive perception of 18.
Yeah, so you look, There's a number of black roses, variety of skulls. Most of the cloth is just tattered rags. You notice that her teeth appear to be made of iron, and there are some that are missing. Her eyes, on the head that's been severed, also appear to have glazed over, sort of milky white, but not like the undead, just dead in general. You do find on her person with your passive perception a necklace with what appears at the bottom of it, like where a jewel would be, is a eye that seems to be preserved or encased in some sort of lacquer, like clear lacquer. But that's about the only thing of value she appears to have on her, aside from just the, natural sort of junk wrapped around her.
Wasn't the eye on the book, fellas? I think she's part of whatever this thing was that we've seen occasionally.
What book are you talking about?
Tyrell over there lost a book. His dad's book. He was pretty mad about it. We haven't seen him since, though. But there was an eye on it.
Well, I'd be careful trying to touch it, knowing that this thing is an Annis Hag. That thing could possess magic on it. Perhaps we need to be careful before we go investigating this sort of creature.
Can I use my... Since I am hearing this conversation, can I use my crystal ball to look at that Agnes had?
Yes. So you look at Agnes, and then you remember that her name might have been Sib, but
the Agnes had.
It's an Annis Hag.
Annis Hag. You're all wrong. You're all wrong. But you pull out the crystal ball of true sight, and you're like, oh yeah, it's an Annis Hag, and her name was Sib the Soothsayer. So you sort of scan the corpse before you, and you notice, yes, that the iron teeth in the head seem to have some sort of magical property to them. It appears to be at a reduced or fading sort of, radiance to them. But you notice that the eye sort of necklace that Detective Easter is holding does shine with...
I'm holding it.
Wait,
sorry, I didn't know if you picked it up or not.
No, I have not picked it up. I didn't want to touch anything on it yet.
Gotcha. So that, yes, is still on the person or the decapitated corpse of Sib. So you notice that necklace with the sort of preserved eye on it is glowing with a rather, medium to strong magical essence.
Does Tyrell get any of this experience?
Yeah, he's part of the fight still.
I killed a kid.
He did.
I murdered a child.
Well, friend, thank you for your help in this battle. I have not made your acquaintance yet. I am Detective Easter of the Tundraka clan.
That's great. Nice to meet you. So
I am not talking to you, madam. I am talking to our new friend over here. What is your name?
Are you yelling at him? Are you screaming across the dead body, talking to the man way over in the corner?
This is how I talk.
Didn't you guys meet in the alleyway last time?
You guys you can see, I'm going to help you here, that Detective Easter is facing the new addition, the person who is a complete stranger to all of you in this fight. He is addressing...
He's actually looking towards Tyrell, honestly.
There
you go. Okay, now I see it.
Thanks, Christian. That helps out everybody else.
I know I have visual cues here, but I knew who he was talking to. We all should have known that.
I forgot that we haven't actually talked to the new person yet.
We don't even know his name.
Tyrell just spoke. He replied.
There is no justification for your actions. We are going to go straight to the new character introducing herself.
Yes.
I am Sailor's son. Crab person. I must say something to you. Nice boobs. Not as good as mine, but nice.
Oh.
I mean, yeah. You know, buck teeth don't usually look good on people, but you seem to pull it off all right.
Man.
Man.
I don't need this. I must warn you all, though. I am only in this form for a short period of time.
And what will you turn to next?
So, thank you for that public announcement.
Well, we fought together. You have earned my trust.
Thank you,
Except for the
Sailor
person
Son.
behind me.
Who you've never met.
What is she saying?
You can come closer if you'd like. There's a nice scorched path between you and them.
No, I have one more thing I want to do, and I don't want to forget, so I'll let them continue.
Okay. Well, you can text me what you're looking for while the group talks if you want.
Once I leave this form, I can no longer remember until the next time.
What triggers your new form?
A simple sneeze.
A sneeze triggers your form. And how did this come to be?
Can I pick up a handful of dirt and throw it in their face?
Whose face?
Sailor. I want to sneeze.
You're kind of a distance away, but yeah, you can make an attempt if you want.
No, I'll just ponder it. I just wanted to know if I could do it or not.
Okay.
This form was brought to me by my Queen Serenity. Because I went against her wishes, she wished to teach me good by letting me only use this form at certain times when I am most needed. So, whomever I work with must make me sneeze, or else I cannot be in this form.
That is very good to know, Sailor Son. Thank you for the information. I, like I said, am a detective from Nicantes. This ragtag group here calls themselves the Zoo Warrior Electric Boogaloo 2 Clan.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Where are you in Edgewood? Where'd you come from?
The sun brought me here, and I saw that my help was needed. And then I tripped and sneezed.
Well, we thank you for your assistance. Now, we could use somebody like you to help us get back to Nicantes safely. We want to make sure that these Zoo Warriors are able to make it back to the city all right.
Before we go, I have a proposition. Do we want to head back to Sib's place and see what we can find? You know, now that she doesn't require it without a head.
Yeah, I would second that, and I would like to point out that her head, teeth, and that necklace are putting off quite a bit of magical aura. If anyone is interested in that.
I don't want to touch it, but if we can find some cloth to wrap it in, maybe.
Yeah, is there any cloth around, Christian?
Plenty from the rubble behind you.
I'll grab a piece of cloth and try to wrap the necklace up in it.
Right.
How big is Sib? Is she draggable?
I mean, you're essentially dragging the equivalent of your buddy Detective Easter over there. So it's a stout, menacing figure, but it's doable.
Where are you trying to drag it?
Did we ever check on are the guards dead? Did anyone ever verify that?
You haven't checked
She
their
killed them and then she
pulse?
reanimated them.
She did reanimate him. I just remember the children, or was it from when it was still in the smoke? So I couldn't tell what was going on.
No, the corpses over here never moved.
Oh.
It was just the kids.
Then why did I shoot one of them in the face? I thought it reanimated.
You
You
that
shot
was
a
a
kid.
child.
You shut.
Oh, I thought I shot the guard.
No.
Okay, never mind.
Is that the gate that all the people went out of?
All the people went out the far gate over here. Even though you can see them, they've long gone. They've gone into the forest. So, this all sort of occurred. Commissioner Cassius Credo made sure to send them out on their voyage so the town would be empty, so he could then use the children to fight you without having any pushback from the citizens. So this is clearly a secret that he had and was, you can only assume, in cahoots with Sib the Soothsayer as well, seeing as they were both hags.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was wanting to drag. I was wanting to drag Sib over to where the gate where they're all going to return this evening and inform the people of what's been going on. That's why I wanted to know if I could drag her.
Okay.
Well, now that all this business here is done, I was hoping to get everyone back to Nicantes without any blood spilled, but it appears that there are other things that have been happening in this town. Some evil things that this hag has been doing, but we have prevailed. Now, Zoo Warriors, will you accompany me to Nicantes?
We should probably wait until the logger shift comes back and tell them what happened. They're going to come back to quite a surprise.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So,
do you have an inn here? A place to stay?
You've been here longer than us, so where have you been?
I do believe there is an inn here. Yes.
Yes, it is tied to the tavern. You stayed there last time.
We did.
Ranger, can you help me drag the body over to the other gate?
I would probably just drag it to the middle of the town.
Christian, can I investigate the necklace that I picked up?
Yes.
You have to pick it up.
He grabbed a cloth to pick it up. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. My passive investigation's a 15, but I will roll a check.
I missed how much experience I so rightfully earned. What was it?
I only got 5.
It was,
Yeah, it was like 200.
3,900. So with your passive perception, and without the assistance of the roll, you sort of pick it up by the necklace, and you just by touching it in the cloth can deem that it does have magical properties, but none of which would actively harm you. There's not like necrotic damage that's going to seep from it if you make contact with it. It's not going to cause you physical pain, but you do get the sense that it serves a different purpose, and there was a reason she had it on her.
Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna put that away and log it as evidence. And as I, go to put it away in my bag, there's a little creature that pops out. A little white stoat comes and runs out of my coat and pops up on my shoulder. Well, hello, Professor Bojangles. Nice to see you this afternoon. Everyone, this is Professor Bojangles. Say hello.
Hi. So what did you
It's like a weasel, right?
Yeah, it's a small little weasel. He's all white.
So what did you figure out about the necklace?
I'm going to take this necklace and log it into evidence at Nicantes and see if there's any open investigation of missing persons related to this necklace, or perhaps crimes that have been done by this hag here, and we can see where the evidence takes us.
Yes, but what did you find out that the necklace does?
It doesn't seem like it would cause harm right away, but it certainly seems to have some magic endowed into it.
So you're just going to take a rare magical item and log it away in evidence.
That's typically what we do for rare magical items that seem to be dangerous, or dangerous persons hold them, is we put them in evidence. What would you do with them? Walk around with them in your pocket indefinitely?
No, he'd adorn them to his head with a strip of ribbon.
Yep.
So, in Nicantes, there's an evidence room with rare magical.
He's already planning.
Basically,
to get to the evidence room, you have to go past lockup. Would you like me to show you the way?
I don't know, but I bet I could show you a way.
I'm sure you could, madam. In fact, you seem to show a lot of people the way. I wonder how you got the name Tug.
It's Blib. Do pull up, thank you.
Well, of course, madam. And your friends here said that you're able to communicate with the Kuatoa via some sort of water connection. Is this true?
Answer questions.
Not to interrupt, just to sort of place us where we're at. It is just 10 minutes after 10. We can wrap things up here. I don't know if everybody needs to call it a night or not, or if you guys need or want to go just a little bit longer than we usually do. I just wanted to propose that now.
Yeah, I'm okay with going to the inn if that's what we want to do, and just kind of wrap up and everyone relax. That'd be my next move after this. So
next session, we can kind of have a campfire session and get a lot of these questions out of the way. And to answer your Sib's, returning to Sib's hut question, it is on your way to Nicantes, so it would not be, weird or out of the beaten path to go and stop by.
That sounds like a plan. If somebody would just help me take Sib's body over to the other gate, anybody? I appreciate that, and then I'm good for tonight.
I'll help you.
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
So
Taylor,
with the added strength, you guys drop her, right in the middle of town, right in front of the inn. You sort of drop the dead corpse. You leave the head behind, I'm assuming. And you guys make your way into the inn. Tyrell, are you joining them?
Do we want to grab Cassius Greedo too? They might not know who Sib is.
He turned to ash.
Just obliterated. Okay, that's fine.
Let's grab the pilot dirt. This is now your commissioner.
I mean, you could lie to them but I don't know how much they're going to believe you. So returning and dropping the body in the middle of Edgewood, you hear the final two dun-dun of the top of a bucket as Joni looks up and appears to have finished his song.
I was wondering about Joni. Can I just stop?
Hey guys, what's going on here?
He
says in Draconic. You can't understand him except for Ranger Steve and
I was gonna applaud. Like I was thankful
Tex
for.
Beaster.
Yeah, so you do a slow clap with one hand on your lobster claw, just.
Absolutely. All right. It's night.
Yeah, I'm okay to say. Can we at least just make it to the end and I guess
course.
rest while we wait on those guys to come back?
So you guys secure your bunks. The place does appear to be deserted. The innkeeper who would have stayed behind probably heard the commotion, took one look outside, and was like, "Nah, I'm not doing this." So you guys don't even have to pay for accommodations tonight. There's no soup of the day kind of included like there was last time, but you guys do find a soft bed for the night to take your long rest.
Before I go to bed, I have to do 30 minutes of actual like meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will do that and then take my long rest.
And just for my sake, you put the eye in the cloth away in your bag, right?
Yes, it is in my bag, and I'm gonna, have my meditation and then take a long rest, but I have not touched it.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm confused. Are we going to bed, or, I mean, it's not nighttime.
It's up to you. You guys are essentially taking your long rest. If you need to take time to do something else in that interim, you guys can text me individually, and we can, and you don't have to text me tonight either. You can text me tomorrow what it is you want to do before you take your long rest. I mean, you guys finished the boss battle. You earned your sort of time before to either meditate or attune to an object, but then you'll also get your long rest. You guys will obviously wake up tomorrow. You, just to be fair to you too, when the lumber workers go out on a lumber run, they do go for an extended period. So they are gone for 7 days, and they return at the end of those 7 days. Today was the first day they left.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
we
cool.
may just want to leave a note.
Yeah. Or talk to the innkeeper.
There are still children in the town that you can tell, but the adults have vacated. They're gone.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, good job, guys. We beat the bosses. Ian, it was fun to have you.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
there.
welcome, Ian.
That's
Sorry,
fun.
sorry for the rough rolls at the start, but that's just
Hey,
happens
gotta have 'em.
sometimes. Yeah, you probably got them out of the way, to be honest.
And you've already started a bitch fight with Tug, so this is good.
Only gonna get worse. I mean, great.
Battle of the women over there.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me, and I will see you guys next week.
All right.
Yeah.
Say bye
See
to the
ya.
stream, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.